I don't know the kind of human beings Nigerians are. I don't know the kind of human beings Nigerians are, especially Nigerians that we have in this our present generation. Nigerians take different kind of risk. They risk their life. And only now, if you ask them now, they will tell you, it's the government. It's because of the government. The government are the one that are making the economy to be so bad and, forcing the masses to be going through this kind of risk. Nigerians will travel to Europe, through Libya, through Mediterranean Sea. Nigerians will go to places, very dangerous places, indulge in a very dangerous activities. A lot of people will say Nigerians are cowards. The problem is that Nigerians are cowards. That's why the economy is like this. Let me ask you, these people here, are they cowards? People that are risking their lives like this, these people like this now, are they cowards? Nigerians will take all sort of risk, but Nigerians will never take the risk of revolution. Those same leaders that are the problem, they will never take the risk to revolt and remove them from power. That is the last risk Nigerians will take. I just wonder. I wonder the kind of people we are. I wonder.
Camions de Dangote en Chine, je vous assure. Dangote, les camions de pétrole de Dangote en Chine, Dangote Petroleum. What? On est en Chine, hein? Je vous assure, Dangote, ça c'est vraiment la fierté de l'Afrique. C'est lui. Dangote Petroleum, this one, it deals with petrol. The richest man in Africa, look. In China, this one not Africa, this one in China. As you can see. Wow, Dangote Group. You see, this one is really in China. Proud to be African, huh? Yes. Look, this is this from China. Respect to this man, huh?
What is going on here? Watch carefully. Watch. Okay.
So what's the motor?
Don't celebrate those who are supposed to be celebrated. If we do, the celebration would have been more. Who is representing Ministry of Education here? He built the first thing. Who is representing Ministry of Transport? He did the first airline. It was among the first 3 to be given banking licenses, private banking licenses. I mean, that industry. So I know when they built banking industry, it did a lot in education, employing people, 17,000 people. Nigeria today, if we had been a country that is productive, over 120 million people would have been employed. That means one person is employing 17,000. So we need about 8,000 industries to be able to do that. But we have about 1,000 functional industries. That's why we have unemployment. So he needs more than this celebration. And I plead with AGF. I know you're going to do more. But now that we have an opportunity, we have to change the way we honor people. The GCFR and GCON should be people who are entrepreneurial and productive, not us, the politicians. If they like, they can remove our own and give them so that the country can produce and be able to employ people. Ibedo deserves more, not just national honor, all the support government can give him. And that's what we need to be celebrating, so that more people can go into entrepreneurship support education, support what he did. That is a great work, and I'm sure you will do your own to be able to advise accordingly, and so that in the next few days, maybe, yes, we'll be hearing things different. I thank you. You won't look for me when you talk about the education. The rest assured that from today, endowment is not paid in one day. Endowment continues. And I assure you that annually, the endowment fund will see Mr. Peter Obi's little contribution. At least for the next 10 years, as long as I live. Because what he did is a great thing. Because of him today, in my village, in every village in Nigeria, if you have a means of solving transport, it's called Okada. What more did we need? He deserves more than we are celebrating here. Let us celebrate him. May God continue to bless your family, bless all of us that are gathered here. Thank you.
One of the biggest lessons I had to learn in my life is that I don't owe my parents anything. I owe my parents zero. And it's one of the hardest things because in our culture, we're raised to feel like we owe our parents everything. We owe our parents every inch of success we gain. But the truth of the matter is, you didn't choose to come into this world, right? And if your parents chose to get pregnant and give birth to you, them putting a roof over your head, that's their responsibility. Them feeding you, that's their responsibility. Them clothing you, that is their responsibility. I feel like as an African kid, we get bullied a lot by our parents because they always say, at least you had a roof over your head, you have food in the fridge. But the truth of the matter is, like, that is literally the bare minimum of what you're supposed to do as a fucking parent. Like, our African parents literally bully their children, and they had kids just to have someone to control and oppress. They didn't have kids for a better tomorrow. They had kids that they could control. And one of the biggest lessons I had to learn, and I will always be the bad guy, because when I talk to y'all, I'm the bad guy. One of the biggest lessons I had to learn in my life is that I don't owe my parents a fucking thing at all.
Husband dey chat, he no know say na my phone. I dey with the phone since Oga don't sleep. He go meeting, go church. Sister, I won't see you. I won't see you. Good evening, my dear. How are you? Come this way. Come this way. This is my neighborhood. I really don't want to shout. Because since I went to Nigeria, you've been coming to my matrimonial home to sleep. I even hear say my husband changed your car. They walk where I fix and put everything. They chat when they chat this morning. I meet there with phone. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? I won't. It's just for weakness, so that I'll publish you. Just to teach you a lesson. You know, say all the whole chat where they chat since make it come. The hotel when I want go, the club when I want go. Waiting go tell me everything. The phone there with me. Since he come for church, since he don't eat, he don't tire, they sleep. They go do you.
I don't understand.
They go do you. They go do you as a woman. They go do you.
You don't know who they talk about.
You dress a man will get 3 boys for house as children. A family man. He not tell you say him don't marry. He not tell you. This thing when they do so side chick. They go do you.
Mama, me, I don't know who they talk about.
They go do you. You leave your own husband. You turn to single mother. They follow another person's husband. They go do you. Now Europe, they will not fit take laws into our hands. If we dey Nigeria, you sure say this thing you go succeed.
Mama, who you dey talk about? I don't know who you dey talk about.
No be you dey date Papa Christian.
Papa Christian,
all the people who dey this zone, they don't take your picture, they don't describe. Who you come dey chat with, sis?
Who are they chat with? Mama,
yes,
who are they chat with?
Your friend you dey chat with. All your chat they receive everything. The way they help you send money go Nigeria, everything I know about it. You save your name as my son when they Nigeria, so you dey contact am all this while. You have no single shame. You have no respect for you to dey make your fellow woman to dey cry every night. If I call and go say you know if you make love, he don't tire. But he dey make love to you, they carry you go hotel. He dey give you a poo, he dey give you doggy. He dey give you doggy. So you just dress like this one head to toe. I go there, they take care of children. You hang your nyash, you tie your belly. Who you they wait for this junction? You don't dey this area, not be this area you they live.
Okay, well, if you can't see person, they ask them who they wait for junction. I don't understand.
But now me you they communicate with. Now me they with the phone. You don't know say I there with the phone. No. You know. You know say I there with the phone.
Yeah, Papa Christian, no.
You know say I there with the phone. You know say I there with the phone. You know say I there with the phone.
No, this rally make my blood pressure go up.
And the people who are asking a platform for him, who are supporting him.
So you should get a filter sometimes. Filter your thoughts before you say.
I'll continue to take blood pressure medication.
Why are you getting high blood pressure, Jonava? Now
I'm not taking medication for myself. I'm taking it for people like Paul and some of you guys that after the January, February something, and then people like Soludo that is a good spoiler. I thank God for his life. He's working for my.
And I am ready to die defending Nigeria in whatever way. When it is God's time for us to go, it is
and you
not
took my
going
time
to be
to God. You are ready to defend Nigeria. I gave you my time.
No, I'm coming.
Alexi, hold on. You already started.
What I'm saying, defending Nigerians is this.
I gave him my time and he's using it to defend Nigeria.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon. Yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address you the way I like. You don't know what she already did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That is the only thing I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Physically, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. Do you understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't dare say it to me physically. You understand? I'm handling like a king. I'm not joking. You understand? So learn to control your emotion.
I'm there with
You
the
understand?
than you.
Okay,
Learn to control your emotion.
Who are you? You're a rat.
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because he mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to admonish them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
So when he gets your time, then you make a...
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on, don't use such word now.
Don't forget, that state is now an oil producing state. So they now have derivation, if you are not aware. So if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character like a Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. One second.
Do not defend a character like Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
All right.
Rudolph, I've never seen this part of him before.
Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade 1 criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is.
All right, sorry about that. Welcome to the show. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. Today is Saturday, August the 2nd, 2025. It's a beautiful day here in New York City. Welcome to another episode of Have Your Say 247, a program where we give you the opportunity to weigh in on issues in the news. Thank you for joining us. Little technical problems here today, but we'll handle it. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'm having little technical problems, but I will get it resolved in a few minutes. All right. It's a wonderful day here, and we are gathered here again to have a conversation on stories in the news across Nigeria, Africa, and the world. And what do we have in the news today? I have several stories that most of you have been following. Dangote just appointed a new CEO of the Dangote refinery. You guys know that he's retiring from running his companies. So he appointed a former Shell executive to lead the refinery. The company is actually expanding beyond Nigeria and Africa. Earlier on, I played a video of someone in China who saw Dangote refinery vehicles in China. So they're expanding, and he appointed this man named David Byrd, a former Shell executive, to lead the refinery. In America, Donald Trump this week fired the director of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It may not look like a big thing, but it's, for those who know, is very significant. He fired the woman because the statistics that came out about labor jobs created in America last month wasn't good. He didn't like it. He liked it. It was 73,000 jobs were created instead of 110 that the business world expected. And they revised the one for May and June, dropped about 250,000 jobs. So Trump was mad and he fired the woman. But it tells you a lot about independence of agencies in America under Trump and what that means going forward. He's going to appoint, obviously, somebody that will give him the kind of statistics that he wants. We'll talk about that. What does that mean for America? Because the rest of the world, if you believe it or not, Africa, they are learning already. Maybe we are where Trump is taking America to. All right. In other news, in Niger State, the governor there sealed off a radio station, private radio station, for criticizing his government. The governor of Niger State. If you remember, the only time we heard about him was when he said that people with dreadlocks were not welcomed in his states, or that he will have their hair cut off if you come into Niger State with dreadlock. He had to pull back. He had to reverse that when he was told that he was against the rights of people. Now the Minister for Information has already issued a statement telling him, I think, that he has no right to go and seal off a radio station or cancel the license of a radio station because he doesn't like what they are saying. So that's Niger State. We also know that our Falcons that won the African Cup, there continues to be controversy over how much money, the reward they got. A lot of Nigerians felt it was too much. So we want to discuss that. I wanted to know if this were to be the men's team, would people feel that way? The Falcons, if we were to be the Super Eagles, would people feel that way? Something connected to that in some ways. Why we're giving them $100,000 each, the Nigerian military, the Nigerian army says that they don't have enough funds to accommodate 13,000 people they recruited. 13,000 people they don't have money to accommodate them. Why did they start recruiting? Anyway, it's not for me to say. We're inviting you to join us and share your opinion about that. And finally, there are so many stories, but finally, I want to mention that the federal government is spending 712 billion naira to renovate the Lagos airport. 712 billion naira. And they don't have money to accommodate 13,000 army recruits. And they have $100,000 to give to each of the players of the Falcons. So join us as we have this conversation and others during this session. Again, thank you for those who are already in the studio, those who are on the comment section. I see all of you. Thank you so much. There are other stories we will get you guys to come in and tell me what you're thinking about. By the way, in the UK, this is interesting. Kemi, our own Kemi, decided that she has nothing else to do with Nigeria. She's done with us, which made me so sad, I was preparing jollof rice for her when she comes home for Christmas. Anyway, Kemi is done with Nigeria. Ovia, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doctor.
So
every time you say you are coming to your life from beautiful state of New York, they make her hungry me.
Oh, we don't have any
question for your backyard one of these days.
Nobody questions that New York City is the greatest out there in the whole wide world. All right, so where are you in the world?
I am a stone throw from the capital of Texas, and 15-minute walk from Elon Musk's house.
He has a house.
So I'm in between Elon Musk's house and
the capital. That's Austin. That's where the state government is.
Yeah. So what's going on in Texas?
Redistricting. There's many ways to actually explain the redistricting. It's pretty much the change of population within a geographical location. And I've always made this point that democracy is all about representative, and anytime we argue that regionalism, whatever, we don't take numbers into consideration. America, I think, as of 2015, that I know, was every state house representative represents 600,000 people. So that's how you do it. But I think as of now, it's 700,000 people. At least in Texas, it's every house represents 700,000 people. So every 10 years, they do their redistribution. They see how the numbers change. So if a certain location is predominantly dominated by Republican, I mean, what's the point of trying to say, so there's the technicality in that, but basically, as people move from one place to another, it affects how wealth is distributed or how resources is distributed to that specific location. So I think that's what is going on. With the redistricting of the map, Republicans trying to get about 5 more seats. And 5 more seats, I think at this point, they're listening with just 2 or 3 in the House. Imagine bringing more 5. That's pretty much, let's just say that in the next 10, 20 years, nothing for Democrats. But they also have the opportunity to do theirs in where they are predominantly populated, especially like states like yours, New York and California. But it's about Texas right now, and that's where the conversation is. The Democrat leader, right? Is it leader Hakeem Jeffrey? Come, Dr. Damage, this name Hakeem Jeffrey. Tell me, is it a coincidence? I mean, I don't get it. You understand what I mean? Coming to America.
Is it from coming to America? We have to ask him.
Why is it a coincidence?
I don't know. Nobody has that.
It was actually one of my questions I intend to ask, because yesterday I actually went to be a part of the hearing. Not that I'm qualified to give a testimony and all that, but I think my planning was off. I drove there instead of actually taking a public transport. And you know where this capital is. To actually approach the building is a different thing.
You should have parked in a garage and walk in.
Yes, I do African time. Actually, I enter when the 10 o'clock when the event is supposed to start. So everywhere became somewhat too quiet. And if I too tall, before you know, police will follow me. I just say, well, maybe I could. So that was one of the questions I actually wanted to ask him if I'm close to him, because Green was there too, which his own district was also affected. I wanted to ask him, this is your name, how you come about, you know? This is America, so nothing they happen just like that. Yeah, so but that's the news I'm currently for. So the debate is still on, the vote is still going on. It's not over yet, but I think a Republican will pull it up by adding more 5 districts to what they already have. Now, I know to those where they were going to say, how does still apply to Nigeria? It boils down to Nigerians listening. Those who are saying, oh, let's go back to regionalism. They fail to understand that why we are complaining now is because we are saying one person is directing 200 million people. Now, if we go back to regionalism, 30 years from now, every region will be close to 2 million people. At least 100 plus. Then we'll go say, oh, it's too much. Power is too much on one region. We have to break it down. So that's what, whenever we are having this conversation, we should take numbers into consideration. As the population is increasing, so the power of the person who is in charge of that person is also increasing. I mean, the president of Nigeria wasn't this powerful until the population begins to increase. Because those who are arguing for regionalism, they keep looking at yesterday. What is the population of Nigeria yesterday? 75 or 60 million. So each region are like what? 10, 15 million people. Of course, the resources is more than enough. But look ahead. That's why I keep saying we are too selfish. We all think about us. We don't finish. There's nothing here for us. There's nothing we don't finish. But the next generation, what problem are we going to bestow on them? What future are we going to leave for them? What story do we expect them to continue if we argue with our selfish interest in mind? So that's my own argument. There's a need. It's all about it. We are in a state, just as we are talking about Donald Trump overreach for this institution. We are going to a situation whereby one man they overdo the return of the strong man, they overdo, they capture all the power, and still we could not see the implication of that in our own future. So it baffles me when we make all this argument and we are trying to provide solution, but our solution falls short of what is it going to look like in the next 50 years? What is it going to look like in the next 100 years? Just because we are not going to be here doesn't mean we should destroy whatever we have now just for our own consumption, you know.
Now, for those who do not live in America, they don't understand, they may not understand what you're talking about in terms of, can you explain that? There's a specific number of people who are in Congress, in the House of Representatives. And why is it that every 10 years, the population of America is put into consideration where people move to and they redistribute? And what is the problem with that? Why is it a fight? Why can't they draw a straight line like in Texas and say, okay, we draw a straight line and this is the number of districts we have? What is going on there? Can you explain that?
Yes, as I said before, democracy is all about representation. So now let me use Nigeria as an example. We are copying the same system as that of America, House of Representative. Now, if I have to look back since the Fourth Republic, which I'm very, very familiar with, which is what going to over 25 years. Now the same representative now we get the person who is representing Akogo Edo local government with two other local government. That's my own local government now. Now don't they then? Now that the same person they represent when the population was 10,000, just for the case of conversation, which is 1999, and today when the population all is 2 million, it's still the same one person. It's not possible. You are not going to get the benefit of democracy when we have to have it like that. And again, ideology in terms of that of America, ideology has to come in place, right? If the majority of a certain location are gearing towards Republican, for instance, it doesn't make sense when you have a Democrat being their leader. It's two different ideologies. So quite we always so every 10 years they try to actually analyze the statistic again. This social location, what change? Do people move in or move out? If people move in, the budget is like, let's say $1 million before. If people move out, let's say out of 700,000 that is currently acceptable, 200,000 people move. I remember 500,000. It only makes sense for you to reduce that budget. But that can only happen when the leader and the followers are ideologically sane. But most importantly, as the population grows, so you have to. Person where they represent 700 million before, in the next 5 years, if the population grow up to 1,500, that means you are going to have 2 representatives now instead of 1. So that's what is happening. So the Texans here are making case that these districts, these 5 districts, have gained in population. People moving from New York, from everywhere. For that reason, the Democrats are in charge now. But they are not just saying that just because of what they see physically, but have to put statistics into consideration. How many points Trump they win now versus how many points Biden they win last year? So that's what they use. Trump is winning this district that are trying to distribute with 2 points. That's like, it's unacceptable for you to have somebody who, anytime we go into a vote, is always overpower the person and your leadership just because it's not from your party. So everything has to say so that the resources will be distributed evenly and everybody will benefit. This is my limited understanding. I'm still a student of this, so in case somebody out there want to add to what I'm missing or want to better define, if you come and say I dey lie, you have to explain yourself. If not,
I got a text here that says, "Hold on, let me read it for you."
Okay.
Ovie seems ignorant. There are many things. Anyway, yeah, people are having what I wanted you to explain, but it's okay.
I cannot give everything with that. What you have to put into consideration. I have to measure the obvious one, which is the population. That's what I'm putting. I'm not saying those are the only reason that you have to redistrict this. No, those are just some of the obvious ones that me and you can see. I don't live in that district. I'm just a passerby that I see things happening. So
I think you are just. you are zeroing down on what's going on in Texas. But in general,
Yes.
for people who want to understand, get a big picture. There's someone who is driving. That's why I'm not bringing you in. If you want to join, you may have to clear somewhere. I'll bring you in. And those who are in and their cameras are not on, that's why you're not in. So as soon as you do that, I can do that. But
and again, doctor, I know that person will send you message in a Democrat. And I said it earlier. I said this is happening because in Texas. And Democrats have their own opportunity too, which is in New York or in California, where they hold sway. So I said it. I'm not saying what happened in Texas has to be tailored everywhere. No, America is a 50 country. Every state you go, it differs. But in terms of representation, the numbers are the same across the breadth and length of America.
All right. The most important point to mention is that there are 435 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. It doesn't change. So what they do is that after census, they check where the population of people moved. And if people move to a certain states, some states will lose seats. Like New York. New York has constantly been losing seats because people are leaving New York to go to Florida and Texas and North Carolina. As a result of that, if their population drops, they lose maybe 1 seat here, 2 seats, and then other people will gain it. And then within the states, they will also decide if Texas is giving, I don't know the number of people in the House of Rep, let's say 40, they have to divide the states into that constituencies of 40 constituencies and then have their elections. So that's what is going on in Texas. And there's always a fight between the Democrats and the Republicans because each side, they want to draw the map to be give them advantage so that they will.
So you see, if you divide that total number of House of Representatives, if you divide it by 700 or 600, you see, say, I'm not far from the representative that you are talking about. But I'm glad that you pointed that the number doesn't change. But just like Chase, the parties move around, Abi. So the party here now means people move around.
All right. So that's it. So are you still going to see what's going on, or you are done?
My demons are asking me to head towards the greatest city in the world, New York. So I don't know.
You want to come to New York?
I mean, my demons, they've been pushing me that direction, but
now,
I think
now that we have you, let me ask you about this the Falcons, where they won the African Cup of Nations, and were you surprised? Why is it that they are doing well and the men are not doing well?
that last question, why the female and the males are performing differently, it's been a conversation that has been ongoing for years now. So I don't know, I can't explain. If I want to be biased, I would say the competition seems more, there's more competition on the men's side globally than the women's side, but I don't think that argument will fly. But I remember when I was in Greece under my coach, the man pointed out something to me that might be relevant to this question, because when my demons decided to say, "Come, it's time for you to leave," I called my coach. I said, "Coach, I think I'm up. I'm leaving here." The man looked at me like a madman. Say, "Come, where are you going? Everything is going on. We're training and everything." And I said, "Is it because you are lonely? When you go, bring somebody here so that two of you be." I said, "That's not the case." He now said, "I was make you bring come now, but the problem is women. If you and he said, he put it like this: he said, if you and a woman start staying sports together, she will get to the top before you. But they have one problem: once they fall in love, it becomes a problem." So I think I was trying to make light of the situation. But I think generally, if you want to argue that women mature faster than men, plays out in performance. Performance goes with experience, strength, and so the more you do it, the more it builds you. So if that saying that women mature faster than men applies in this case, that could be already considered. But it's an ongoing conversation. Now, bringing it out to why Nigerian Falcons are dominating, for me, that's how it ought to be. not just Africa, the whole world, if everything is in place, the statistic is in our favor. And they always tell people, say, every 10 people when they see the chase motor for streets, they say pure water, say all those things. There's a 9 runner among them. There's a 10 runner as far as with women. There's a 43 runner among them. Right? So the statistics favor us, the strengths, everything that you can think of. But there's but there, which is the welfare. People don't seem to understand how welfare is very important. Me, for example, we experience both worlds. I live and train in Nigeria at one point, and I live and train abroad at the same time. The difference is, as soon as you come out from Nigeria, let's say those where they get scholarship to come to America, as soon as you leave Nigeria, enter school for America, 75% of your problem is solved. Just crossing alone. What will be those 75 problems? What you are going to eat, how you are going to eat, who will do your laundry, where you will do your laundry, training. Everything is what taken care of. Your own problem now is just to think of training. How do I take training today? But in Nigeria, it's a different case. How I go take this training? Waiting, I'll come back. Life notes just so many things already takes so much away from you. So if you look at if once we're able to get that welfare into in place, I don't think any country, seriously, I mean, in terms of my sport, I've seen it. I don't think any country stand a chance. Because we go to produce in fours, not just 1 or 2. We go dominate. If even up to today, World Championship is coming up in the next couple of months. Pay attention to the 100-meter finals. I guarantee you will see at least 3 Nigerians, but they are not representing Nigeria in the finals. Now, if we have 8 finalists and 3 of them are Nigerian, the whole world, how many countries? Just think for a minute. They will be representing other countries, but they are Nigerians. And it cut across all the sports. So the female are dominating. I really don't expect anything less, but we can do. That's what we should be doing at the global stage. We have it. It's just that, of course, not our government, anything. And that's why if you narrate it onto my federation, Athletic Federation of Nigeria, if you mention my name, they will tell you, say, I get wahala. What is my problem? We should go autonomy. There's no way government going to tell us how things should be run. It's not going to work. So for what that produces is that everybody is lazy because the budget is coming in. If I become AFN president, I'll wait. 1 billion will come this year. Why do I have to, now actually sit down and think outside the box? I have products which are the athletes. They are beatable anywhere in the world. How do I market these people? We have the companies, we have everything, but that lazy attitude, which applies to the state government, for instance, right? Every state government just do collect money, thinking outside the box. That's exactly how the federation runs too. And if that is the case, nothing is going to work. And if you pay attention to the women, say, if you actually see all those women, all those girls down, may they actually tell you how they feel. They will tell you, even the selection of the players is it don't make sense.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean the selection of the players not make sense?
I have issue with the foreigners, foreign base who made the team.
How many were there?
1 is too many.
But the men's team, they are foreigners, foreign base.
That's what I'm saying. Across the board, even my own sport too. I have problem with that, especially when they just call you just because you know somebody or you are doing well somewhere. That doesn't matter. I mean, because that's why I said again, if we do everything right, for you to get Jesse. It's just like America. Once you win American trials, you don't win gold already. So it's expected. Once you make US team, automatically medal day your neck. That's how it should be in Nigeria because it is very competitive. And again, in America, you cannot go. These days, you can't bypass the secondary school system, the university school system, just to make national team. It doesn't work. So we need to get to that level that whoever is coming, I don't care how good you are, come struggle it out. Don't just call you because say you are good. And I mean, I'm not against their performance. There should be a standard. And that's the only way we can encourage villagers like us. If you are people in the village, when I see say a person with half of the team they are from abroad, I'll be discouraged. Not that they are better than me, but that foreign-based syndrome. And even the way they treat them, if we want to go into the nitty-gritty, once we at a point, we want to come from abroad like this, they'll put up a better hotel. And we are supposed to be competing on the same playing field with those on ground. So there's so many things that if you really want to go into it, it's just all this nonsense they mean just to cover a lot of things. Yes, they won. They give them money, they deserve it, but it's beyond that.
What about the money they were given? Do you think is too much?
Nothing is too much. I was it early this year. I posted a TikTok. I was just suggesting that our Senate should also be paying the same way they pay athletes. How do we athletes get paid? They put us on the pedestrian, on the performance scale, right? If you win this, Tobi Amusu, for instance, she's a world record holder. She's up there. She's among the best in the world. Now, they see they give an allowance base, right? Every year they will give them maybe 10, I don't know how much. Let me just put it in $5,000, right? That's what she's entitled to every year. And they expect us to do. So I said, okay, why would we put our senators on the same pedestal, right? Why would they give them allowance every year performance? Who do the work? But that post no last like maybe 15 minutes. They take it down. I don't know why.
Who took it down?
The TikTok. Because I say, our ministers and senators get the same people. People they pay the same as they pay athletes because we now allow us to give us.
No, I don't believe you, Obie. There's no way they would. Why would they take it down? What is their concern about your Nigerian issue?
No, for real, me say by surprise. But this was to put this in context. This was when we are having that argument between senators are getting paid too much. Means that this is the early administration days. I just say, may athletes say since that grant that they give us every year, they select the best. So the best have the best knowledge like one or two. And in terms of today now, only Tobi Amusu will be the best for Nigeria. The rest are not good enough. So what can we categorize our service or that aspect of the country too, like our senators, our ministers, and everybody, on that kind of level playing field? Grant.
All right. One last question over here. So what do you think this money that they were paid, what would the impact be on the female team? I'm talking about next time they go out to play and the process of recruiting and all that. What do you think that will be? Because what it means that, yeah, like you're saying, they're young girls now in some villages in Edo State who might say, oh, you can actually play for Nigeria and get $100,000 if we win. I'm canceling everything. I'm going to practice. So, and then of course, people who are abroad might be lobbying now to come home and play for Nigeria who were not interested before.
Yeah, I mean, the money is good, but it should not just be based on only when you win, right? As far as I'm concerned, there should be only two ways to recruit into Nigeria to represent Nigeria. And then you go through the school system. That means we have to fix the sports at that level. That should be the only way. There should not be the only way. That means if you want to be at that level and get whatever $1 million that we are given, that should not just be the only motivating factor. There should be a sense, okay, how do I first of all join a secondary school program? Because you have to excel from there. One thing in America is that once you enter the collegiate system, doesn't matter how good you are, you have to make some certain grade. You have to make some certain grade. If your grade is not good, coach go tell you, come, you will not wear jersey. You understand? So it is not just some skill. Once I win, I will get to someone, but there should be also steps. And that's where that's where people have issue with the money, right? Now they give them this money, they go for every other thing is forgotten. The process of recruiting, how to motivate is done. Now, again, that money that you see that okay, maybe now it's big money. But if you actually again approach these athletes one-on-one, what they are going through, forget even those where they live abroad, right? You have your personal physio, you have your personal masseur, you have your pay. So there's so much that money. Because at the end of the day, so now few of them who are already doing well, who have sponsorship deals with Nike, Adidas, other corporates, that money will be bonus. But for a regular Nigerian girl, just like I said, who make the team from the village, which it is a good day, I go be that for mama, I go be that forgetting to invest on ourselves. So in the next 5 years, go hear from that person again. You're going to want that. So no, so there's so much that no matter how you give, it's not enough, but that's not where we should be investing money to. We should be investing money into the process so that national athletes should not be even depending on the nation. American people, if American athletes then depend on America, they no go fit job. They will just give you the basics, right? Now capitalize on that basis and build a life for yourself. But we are complaining about our government because that basics is not provided.
Okay, thank you, Ovie, for giving us a rundown what's going on in sports. Let me welcome to the show. KJ, welcome to the show. And Mr. Show, welcome to the show.
Hey, okay, salute. They say I look like Asari Dokubo. A lot of people are saying that.
Let me start with
you. See, that's your future. Yeah, so you will be like in the next 30 years.
Let me start with KJ. KJ, is there any prize or award where they give journalists $100,000? You know, is there anything they do for the country? You will have gone back to Nigeria to practice.
We'll be collecting bribe envelopes now.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You see, I don't begrudge those girls, and I partially don't agree with what Ovie is saying. By the way, today is my birthday, so I'm just here.
Yes, I forgot.
That no means I go take it easy on you.
Happy birthday! I forgot. I totally forgot.
Okay, so you see, if they were doing that for other people, especially those who have distinguished themselves, let us even put it that as the criteria. We'll have no problem. Everybody will have a spirit of excellence. So you're always looking forward to get into that, that pinnacle of success. But it's not, no matter how honest and straightforward the journalist is, you don't get any pat on the back. Rather, you are looked at as an enemy of state. You are pursued up and down like a rabbit, trying to find just how to trap you. And those of you who or those of us who persist, to try to speak to the system, you are frustrated. If you doubt me, go and ask Peter Obi and how his business is doing. He is a politician, even though they're supposed to be on the same arena. But those who have been totally carrying his case forward, those who have been always speaking on his behalf, are hearing it. They are hearing it. I had a video sometime, yesterday or so. Somebody sent to me. Somebody was saying, why the Nigerian media is not doing what's supposed to do, because they are all being chased. Every journalist is suffering. Everyone who is trying to even put a straightforward story, it's not even against the government, but just write something close to being the truth, is chased down, and when you get tired of just being the one who is hunted around, you just, decide to, bow to the pressure. It's a foreign journalist. There's a conference that was going on in DC where they were talking about the Nigerian, the woman was reporting on why the media around the world is not reporting the ongoing buying of people in Nigeria, especially the Christians. It was a Christian event, and she was giving an update of what, why the Nigerian journalists are shying away from reporting those truths. And I can accept, I totally accept what she was saying, because when we did the story of the Dogona Hawa, of the 500 people who were acquired and buried in mass grave, it wasn't taken lightly. We became a personnel non granta. We became people who are going into the interiors to look for stories and come and tell. Those are some of the challenges that the Nigerian, you face in the Nigerian space. But I want to just dive into the female players. I don't agree with Ovie that foreign Nigerian athletes shouldn't be given preference. It's about winning. Those days if we grew up watching WWF, there's a group called the Love Brothers. The Love Brothers, though one of their saying there was that nobody asks you how you lost. When they come to at the end of the game, they don't come and ask, "Oh, you lost? How did you lose?" No, they just say, "Did you win?" And that's all that matters. So if you don't win, well, so for them in that time during the Love Brothers their wrestling match, they say if you cannot win, honestly, cheat. So we used to laugh at that, But that's what the society have become. So now, if we go into an international competition, we must put our best foot forward, irrespective of where they live. When they are not chosen on that merit base, it becomes a problem for the country. Are we prepared to continuously be losing because we want to put some, people who live in the rural areas? No. So what should be the answer? The answer should be that we will now move those events. Remember that in the time that Nigeria was developing, the major plan was not to allow people to cluster into cities, but to take development to the rural area. That's why they created the local government development areas, so that those places will be developed, and then people will find the same, just like the rural America. Is there anywhere there's no McDonald's? Is there anywhere there's no, all the things you have in the major cities? There's not. There virtually any place you go to, whether there are 5 of them or 6 of them, they will not have those major things there. So they don't see any reason to leave their location, their farmlands, and relocate to the city. That's not what we thought we were developing until somebody hijacked the system and said to do whatever they like to do. Anyway, so I don't agree. Yes, on the purpose of the issue of Naira, the money given to them. Look, this is money that 1 minister or 2 ministers spend as extra code. So I don't see any big deal in it, and those ministers and their cronies don't even bring any laurels to Nigeria. Okay, they don't bring nothing. And mind you, nobody is saying how these people got to where they got. We didn't take part in their training. We are only harnessing what they have been able to develop of themselves. We didn't develop them. You see, that's what, I'm not like Ovi, I'm not an international champion, but I played a lot of state games when I was in secondary school. Most times, those days when we were growing up, they don't bother where you sleep. Most times they carry us when we go for those all secondary school games and dump you, in a secondary school. But we were young, so we didn't mind to sleep in bunks. But you cannot tell me you go and bring somebody who has seen some of the best in life, and then you come and dunk the person in a cockroach-infested hotel, and you expect the person to be there. So I don't think so. Rather, what I think is that, just like you said, the system that they are coming through is not fair enough. The officials are not doing what they should do, and that is why we keep having that, win today, lose tomorrow, win today, lose tomorrow. Now, I'll give you an example, and when I say I give you an example, right, Nigeria has failed to file a case. So much so that now the thief is calling the owner of the farm the thief. Now, Morocco has filed 2 cases against the Nigerian team. But these girls were using laser beams to blind, okay, while they were playing the match, and Nigeria has not filed a case. Nigeria has not filed a case. So you begin to wonder if the people you have called officials they really know what they're doing. Just like you are given an example. When you come in, you can attest to that. Your manager makes sure you are at best of comfort that you can get, so that nothing bothers you. So that at the end of the day, you are able to perform the purpose of which they brought you there. But this one, people are being discomfort, and then you are not even concerned about those things. You don't talk about it. You don't deal with it. And that's a problem. That's people who don't want to really win, who don't understand the game. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, KJ. Let's welcome Show. Apparently, we've started the conversation and we start with the sports and the Falcon. And normally I wanted to talk to people before we start and know what they're doing and what's going on, but we have almost an hour gone. All right, Show. We're talking about the Falcons, the money they were giving, the reaction of the players and the Nigerian people. There's a conversation going on everywhere about, whether it's deserving and things like that. What's your take?
All right. Good evening, Dr. Damages, or Dr. Okunko. Good evening, Dr. Damages. I'm just joking. Fellow panelists, and special greetings to Pastor KJ. Happy birthday. Long life and prosperity.
Thank you,
You
sir.
share the same day as my brother, the one I come after. Go. Today's his
Oh,
birthday.
wow.
So we'll be going out to turn up later this evening. So I'll drink 1 or 2 just for you.
Okay.
Salute to the comment section, my people. That's my constituency. The comment section here.
They like you. They like you.
Oh, I like them too. It's good most times. Sometimes it gets heated, but I love it. Thank you for all you do. And to those who are watching, you know how people give money to charity to celebrate someone. So if you are late, since it's a pastor's birthday, if you are late that way, you should send a super chat to the channel to celebrate KJ. If you are late, or if you're not late, you don't have to. But if you are late to celebrate KJ, send a super chat to the channel. It goes to Dr. Damage's platform, not to KJ. Before you think I don't like KJ, I'm not sending money. Don't worry if you don't like KJ. Anyway, so to this
can you translate that? If you are late, if the spirit is, how do you translate into a different?
Should you have a guest tomorrow? Ask him now. It's a pastor.
We have a pastor coming tomorrow.
You can borrow obvious language, just in case you don't like if you are led. If your demons are chasing you, I don't know. That is what Ovie just brought. I don't know that one.
No,
but
my demons are not chasing me; they are leading me.
Okay, let them lead you to come to a super chat, please. All right.
Yeah. So the reason I joined is because of the Falcons conversation. I'm a keen follower of football, men, women. I don't watch the women as much as the men's, but I watch the women if it's a big game. So first of all, congratulations to the Falcons. This is the 10th time I believe they've won the WAFCON. I think Equatorial Guinea have won it once or so. South Africa has won one. We've won virtually all the editions that's been hosted. So congratulations to them. Well deserved. So in terms of the money, it has generated a lot of conversations. And I will just lay out a few facts, and it would help people decide how they want to think about it. I have my thoughts on it, which I would share at the end of this. So the ladies have been promised $100,000 each. See, the money has started coming in. Thank you, George. So the president promised them $100,000 each. He said he would give them the Naira equivalent. He was trying to pass a message in there. We're spending Naira. It's Nigeria. I think he was trying to pass a message, trying to say we lead by example. So he didn't. If he had said $100, some people like us would have said, "Why are you talking dollars? Dollarize Naira, dollarize economy." We'll come with our pants and pots and hammers. And so I think he was trying to be clever there, and I salute him for that. That will give them the $100,000 equivalent in Naira. Now, the Lionesses of England. That's, the male are the Lions of England and the female football team of England are the Lionesses. They won the European version of what our girls just won, I think about a week apart. And when they won, the way it works for Europe, I'm just saying this so that we can compare the economies, what we have in England, what we have in Nigeria, and you can now decide, what is deserved or what the girls deserve. So in England or in Europe, UEFA put together some money. All of the money they put together for the winners or all the participants was £34 million. Everybody would collect, they would share between all the teams, £34 million. The winning team, the further you go, the more money you get. So the winning team would go home with £4.5 million thereabout if you win. UEFA mandates the FA, the Football Association of the country that wins, regardless of who he is. It could be Netherlands, it could be Estonia. As long as you qualify and you play, UEFA mandated that the winning team, the girls, should get between 30 and 40% of the money, because the FA will take some of it as well as part of running cost and everything. So you must give your girls 30 to 40% of this 4.4 million. The girls of England already had an agreement with the English FA that when we go to this tournament, outside of what UEFA will give us if we win, you are going to pay us £1.7 million. That's what they agreed on if we win. So that's why you won't see them clapping and kneeling down and dobale and somersaulting when anything is announced. It was an agreement. We're going to represent you. This is what we want. So the sum total of every player, what they got, the Lionesses, each Lioness got £87,000. The UEFA money and the English FA money. After tax, because we don't produce much on this our little island, we'll tax you. You go here and way. So after tax, from £87,000, I think each person went home with about £54,000, £53,000 altogether. So I don't know if they're going to tax our girls. I'm just trying to see if we can compare the two. So let's just say without tax, £87,000, and our girls got $100,000. So England is giving 87, Nigeria is giving $100,000. You decide what's fair, what's not fair.
But it's too different, though. But I'll explain later. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. You played sport, yeah. So I didn't play professional tennis. I played tennis, secondary school, won a few medals, but we didn't get to your level. And the girls in England, they would also be doing endorsement. They'll get a lot of endorsement, which some of our local girls might not get. Our girls that are abroad, like the Alusia girl who plays in the US, she's quite popular for different reasons. She's a scientist, she's pretty, and all these things. Those sort of ones might get endorsements and sponsorship deals. Our local girls might not get as much. So the English girls would obviously get a lot more money in the long run. and their money is guaranteed, they would get it. Now, another thing that our girls have started to get now, and they started a few years ago, where whenever we win, even the boys, when we win the African Nations Cup, after the national government have given them whatever they're giving them or promised them, their state governors will now host them. So if you have two from Ondo State, they'll go to Ondo State, they'll meet their governor, would host them. If you have, I think Imo State from this current crop have a lot of girls, about 6 or 7, they would host them. The manager of these girls is from Adamawa State. So he went to Adamawa, they hosted him, they promised him 50 million naira, separate from what the national government will give them. So they're getting a lot more. And they're, apart from the $100,000 President Tinubu promised them, he promised them a flat each in the Renewed Hope Estate or something like one estate in Abuja. He promised them a flat each. So these girls they're making money now. I hope that they get these things that they're promising them. Peter Rufai passed away recently. Peter Rufai won African Nations Cup in 1994. Tunisia 94, when we beat Zambia in the final, 2-1, I believe. Emmanuel Amunike goals. Abacha promised them houses. The houses was, I think it was eventually given to them maybe like a year ago, since 1994. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be a repeat. Exactly. It's not going to be a repeat of it. We don't want some of these girls to have passed away, lost hope, become destitute before they get it. So give it to them while they can enjoy it. All these promises. Hey, the football connoisseur is here, or soccer, since he lives in the US. So give them all these things that you've promised them while they're young, while they can enjoy it. And I was going to say something else about their football thing. Yes, so in terms of do they deserve it? My personal take is, if we had a country that the leadership are not gluttons, they don't dip their hands in the cookie jar all the time like they currently do, based on what we're told that we're a broke nation, based on what we're told that we're poor, we shouldn't be giving $100,000 to female players, male players today, based on what the government are telling us. If this government came in, they said they inherited a dead economy. Buhari gave them a bankrupt economy. So we've been told we're not poor, we're not rich. So that money to me is too much. But like KJ said, if you see our senators, our lawmakers, people like Wike saying that he deserves to drive a Rolls Royce because his father something, then you can now say the girls equally deserve to get the money. I mean, Osun State governor, before they say I hate APC, I saw something about the Osun State governor, and I'll read that to you quickly. I think I sent it to 1 second. Osun State governor Osun State government, not the governor, sorry, let me take that back. $3.1 billion on foreign trips in 6 months. Osun State government, $3.1 billion in 6 months. More than they spent on basic education, water supply, and the rest of it. So if you see stories like that, then of course I can make the argument that these girls deserve it more than these guys who bring nothing but shame. These girls are not the ones languishing in a Southeast London prison for trying to harvest organs. They are not the ones who are slapping somebody who's meant to deliver snails. They are not bringing shame to the country. They are bringing glory, pride to the nation. So if anybody deserves it, they deserve. If you can find money to give all these people who are just cutting away our money for doing next to nothing, then these girls deserve it. But if we had people, good managers of our economy, of our affairs, based on the story we're being told by the government and their supporters that Nigeria is a poor country. In fact, last week in the comment section, while we were talking, some of the typical guys said, oh, you guys, you overrate yourself. Along those lines, I'm paraphrasing, that Nigeria should be compared to Congo. I think Kovi also seconded it. We're poor, we're broke. So if we're poor and broke, we have no business giving somebody 100,000 from the government purse if we're indeed broke. But based on, say, the government or they themselves, they are taking much more than that, then give the girls 200K, give them 250. If we're going to go bust, let us go bust.
All right. Thank you. Sure. Let me, because...
Sorry, the Osun State, the Osun State one is speaking of...
you go allow me make some clarity, Abi, or later on.
Yeah, later. I'll just let
But that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sure. Let's get other people to weigh in quickly, maybe 3 minutes each. OBE, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages. Sorry, I was on the road. I was driving when I tried to log in. Ovi has enjoyed the part of the show. He spoke for almost 30 minutes or 1 hour.
Thank you.
I welcome everyone, the KJs, the show, the Polo, and Ipa himself. You're highly domo. Well done, sir. I think, is it not sure that said that when you choose a Judy, Shudi, all you was saying is a quack doctor to have an operation on you, that only God help you whether you will survive that operation or not. It's obvious that we have wrong people managing our system, our economy. Wrong set of human beings are managing the economy. They don't know what is called priority. They don't know what is called the management principle they are using is just too shameful for people who say that they are king of Lagos, they built Lagos, that is a multi-billionaire economy. You know, it's so shameful. And I also want to counter what Sho said about him trying to promote Naira. Why will he mention dollar first anyway? Why don't you say I'm giving you 150 million?
Very good point.
Why will he say $100,000 and not convert it? What does that mean? That means you are second fiddles in the narrative. It just shows how shameful we are. We are pretending to be a country, but we're not. Very shameful for you to hold your mic and say it's just like you are standing now in Britain. The prime minister will say, "I'm giving you 100,000 or $1 million. I will not pay you in pounds." Will you hear that? Is it possible? We'll continue to live in a dream world and thinking that we are building the country. We're just a set of jokes around there, you know. We tend to pretend. You are looking them renovating a conference center with billions of naira. You think maybe WK is working. They're just keeping money for elections. They're stealing the economy. They're stealing the country dry. That's what they're doing. Okay, the guests have gone to play ball. Oh, they won. How much is the price of that tournament? How much is it? Is it $1 billion? That you will not pay such money to them from the coffers of the economy. Then you are giving a policeman who retired after 35 years a 2.5 million naira to retire. Then you give a small girl that is of 18, 21 years, 150 million naira for just a fucking program. What's that mean? A tournament or whatever. You just imagine how we are living as a country, how we kill some people and making some people look like, is that pride? We're clapping for them. We're clapping for them. It's just too much. The way when I just look at them, 150 million plus naira for these girls to collect, plus the other one that will come on, they will take almost 500 million, you know, per head, which is good anyway. Comparing it with how much they are stealing, we kind of have a justification for that. But it just shows how the people who are running the program don't understand. Obi can't give that kind of money. It's not priority. The guys should work harder now. I just want tournament. They still have prime life to live. Before you know it, the one that's in America was already in US. Huh? Well, it's all right. It's all right. Just where we found ourselves. I think the tournament was applauded. We all enjoyed the game. The guests tried. Oh, they will build one flat for them. Those ones are good. Like building houses for them. It's not supposed to cost us anything if you're actually a country. All you have to do is to deploy our engineers to go construct those houses from the Ministry of Works. It won't cost us anything to build a house for them. Just buy the materials or produce the materials. That is what happens abroad. Then we give it them cash and all that. Then our main priority, our main citizens, we are strangling them. They are crying. They are dying. There's nothing to show for it. Then you not show that, oh, you are president and you are giving 150 million. Everybody's clapping for you and you have done well. My brother, we have a long way to go as a country. Thank you, Dr. Damages.
Thank you, OBE, for mentioning that retired police officer and what they get at the end of 30 years or 25 years of service. We have to use that to also put everything in perspective. All right, Mr. James, you have 3 minutes.
Can you hear me, please?
We can hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
All right, a little bit. There's echo where you are, but
yeah, I'm in a classroom. It's a pity I will not be able to comment on this issue because KJ, you heard me out. Was it not in William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar Caesar was telling somebody, is it Casca, that Cassius, Casca has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. It's not gamesome, something like that. You see, I have a lean and hungry look. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I'm not gamesome. So I'm sorry, I will not be able to comment on this issue.
Are you dangerous, Mr. James?
I do not know. People don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about sports, frankly speaking.
I don't blame you. I don't know too. I just read about
I never
it.
knew they were playing match in Morocco. Frankly speaking, I never knew.
You're not alone. You are not alone. All right. Thank you, Mr. James. Let's quickly touch on, get to other people before we change topics. Paul, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, and good morning.
Yes. Paul, I know you follow what's going on.
Yeah, I try a little bit. My own concern in this argument with this sports thing and for that, I've been arguing it for a very long time. And my argument is not so popular when it comes to Nigeria. Oh, they didn't help this one, Christian Chukwu, they didn't help this, they didn't help that. My concern is just that the way Nigeria is structured. When people tell you that a foreign player in Europe, maybe in the UK or America, in their old age, they are well off. Doctor, if I make a deal of $1 million in America and I paid good amount on my social security, you understand, in my retirement, I will get good retirement. If I work in McDonald's all my life and I pay little in my social security, when I retired, I earn little. That's how he work. So these things that you say they don't help, Ali Baba said something which I like very well. When Obasanjo was in power, Ali Baba went to perform. Obasanjo was shocked to discover that they paid Ali Baba 500,000 to come MC the show. Ali Baba said, they pay you 500,000 just to come curse me. Obasanjo said, this money is too much. But Ali Baba also take his own time and explain to Obasanjo, I don't get pension. I don't get anything. This is just my own contract. You understand? So they pay you one lump sum of amount. How you use it is up to you. You understand? The man who worked 35 years going to get his gratuity and still fall in the pension, this thing, and you earn pension till death do you part. So it's a different ball game. So when they pay them this lump sum of amount once and never that thing, you better use the money well, because if you don't use the money well, as a sports person, your prime age is very, very young, far away from retirement age. These guys will retire in their 30s. You understand? Their retirement age basically is in their 60s. So you see how it works. So these are the things that sports people suffered because they don't do this social security thing, or they don't do this individual pension thing. You understand? Which we do have in Nigeria. If some of them keep good money in their IBTC, whatever, they save for their retirement age. By the time they retire, they fall back to their retirement. The one who build houses like Two-Face, by the time they retire, they don't sing, they don't do play sports, whatever thing. They fall back on their investment and everything. Not with sometimes trying to shame government, and government did not help this, government did not help back. How many people retire? My father worked 31 years, 7 months, meritoriously in Nigerian Port Authority. They didn't give him house. They gave him all type of work clock, all type of wristwatch, all type of medals as a award. They didn't give him. So even though building house for those girls who promise house and everything, that is nonsense in a poor country. Doctor, you live in New York. Go and look the budget for New York City. The budget of New York City is 112 billion. Nigeria budget as a whole country is 39 billion. One city in America, though maybe the richest city, I agree. Way richer than
for just 5 bro.
5 bro, thank you. Way richer than a country of, like, they give themselves all type of number, 2 million, 250 million. These are the things. So I argue this thing. That money may be too much, but on the flip side again, girls, use that money well. Don't go buy house in Lekki. Go use that money and buy 5 houses in Ajegule, where you will be landlord of so many people. You can quit poor people as a tenant. You can't quit rich person as a tenant. Then that way, that's their retirement money. That's my take.
All right. Thank you, Paul. let's go to the guru, the sports guru that we have in this platform. Man of prestige, welcome to the show.
Yeah, greeting everybody. It's nice to be back to the platform. Olivier, let me start with you. As a man who come from a philosophical, intellectual point of view in Nigeria, I don't know if every Nigerian understands where you're coming from. You will make some good point. But having said that, my question to you is that did Obi get a permission before he visits Edo State this time? Did he call you? Well, answer me before
was he in Edo State? Was he in Edo State?
Did Obi call you?
He went to Abuja, not
Edo.
Edo.
Signing in Edo State.
That was in Abuja.
That was in Abuja. It was not Edo.
No, that was in Edo State, Benin. Yeah.
It was in Abuja. It was
Which
in Abuja.
one? No.
The book signing. That was in Benin.
No, it was not. It was not in.
It was an Edo man that they were celebrating. But
exactly.
It was in Benin.
Yeah, it was in Benin, but it was not Benin.
So let me answer. That's part of the fake. That's part of the fake news. You can never really believe anything that coming from Nigeria. All this.
Because of the celebrant. Because of the celebrant.
I've not been following Nigerian news that much because I've been gone, came back yesterday. But having said that, I followed up what's been transpiring or wherever. So I'm going to speak in a particular topic which you are talking about in the Nigerian Falcons. As another follower of Nigerian sports, both men and female have been following the sports. So congratulations to the Falcons. I didn't watch the first half. I watched the second half, but that was on the YouTube because I wasn't in town. So, but having said I congratulate them. So there has been a lot going on in about what transpired. The money given to them. Tinubu had given it in naira. Yeah, it should have. I mean, as the #1 citizen, you should start setting an example for Nigeria. Everything doesn't have to be dollarized. So when you pronounce, although like she said, it's going to be given in naira, but you shouldn't have said it in dollar to begin with. I mean, what are you doing to your country? And Trump is not going to say, I'm going to do this in naira in America. Man, they will stone him. So this is where we are in Nigeria. I mean, it seems like we have stolen our country. So I would say, let me speak specifically about the Falcons. Congratulations to them. Like I said, I watched it in the second half, but I watched the whole game and everything. So they did very well. I'm very much particular about what transpired when they came to Abuja because they tried to politicize the whole stuff. What am I trying to say? Because they stole the limelight from the players. You see all the whole politicians, Keyemo, Purpose, or them and everything. They're supposed to take a bus when they came out as a parade because the fans is the one that made the team, not the politicians. If anybody has been following the Falcons before they even went to this training, they only play 4 friendly matches before they go for a year. And other countries like Senegal, they play 10, 7. Ghana even play about 6 or 7. So what I'm trying to say is that they weren't prepared because of lack of financial background when it comes to Nigeria. So where was Tinubu? Where was everybody that's everybody clamoring right now with us pride? Where was it during the preparation? They have a very shoddy preparation going into. Now everybody's trying to take glory. You see all those politicians lining up there, taking the limelight from the gas. They're supposed to, because there's a bus that was designed, an open bus that was designed for them. They're supposed to get into the bus before they go to Asu Rock. But they didn't get into the bus. It was an open bus. They decided to, put them like that, just put them in a bus and everything. So the fans did not get to enjoy. Maybe in Lagos, the fans enjoyed it a little bit, but the one that happened in Abuja was a shame because all those politicians and everything that was there, they didn't contribute for what they had. Even our so-called NFA chairman. I mean, the man has been nothing but a doer in terms of the way he handled, the way he handled the Falcon women. I mean, it does seem like they're not modern. I mean, there's no exposure. I mean, there's nobody sponsoring them or whatever. Even I thought the money that is being budgeted. I mean, they take the whole money. So I don't give them the good. Coming to the manager,
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Before you move from that, politicizing the event, did you see that I don't want to say they made them sing, but the girls sang On Your Mandate We Shall Stand? the girls were singing on your man. I mean, you start to think,
well,
why are they singing
I
on your
understand what
mandate
you're
for
talking about on your mandate and
Why?
Naya Mama did this, but I'm not too much concerned about that. If you know, some of them I can see, some of them doing the singing. They didn't sing Naya Papa or Naya Mama did
No,
it.
I said that because you said they were politicizing it, so I just said that to buttress it. That why would you be,
that was part of it.
on your
That's
mandate
no,
is your
that has
stand?
no
That's
reason.
wrong.
You're supposed to sing the national anthem, not on your mandate. Who's on your mandate to the president? Did you call them another nonsense? So Nigeria has a problem. Let me wrap up so I can make up my point because I have more points to talk on this subject. The 24 players that was selected, there's a lot of omission in that 24 player because there was controversy coming into the show. People like Osceola, I know one of the best, if not the best African player ever. He wasn't supposed to be there, to be precisely okay. I mean, her time has passed, but maybe they put her for experience-wise and all that kind of thing because we have a lot of omission. If you look at this lady, 22 years old, Monday Gift, that played for Washington. I mean, that lady is on fire. And you have about 7 real omission young. So, Nigeria has a young nucleus that's going to be coming. But I still commend the coach. Initially, I didn't have hope on him, but he was able to manage it. So, kudos to him. So, let me come to the controversy about Very Dark Man. This is why Very Dark Man is rated as one of the most foolish content creators in Nigeria. I mean, you started something to make it a narrative about tribalism that does not even watch it. I mean, the guy, sometimes when he says something, try to make people aware of the situation. I commend him from that. But I think sometimes he comes from illiterate point of view that he doesn't even know what he's saying. They were giving $100,000. The governors contributed almost about 34 million to them. The whole governors, even when Obama was there, he was one of the that was on the greeting the players. So I don't see any issue for him hosting the player from Imo State. He didn't host the Southeastern players. He didn't host the Igbo players because that team is dominated by the Yoruba and Igbos. I think Igbo has 11, Yoruba I think 10 or whatever. I don't know, but they are dominated. So he only hosted 7 of them. I don't want to name them. He only hosted 7 of them from Imo. Actually, 8 of them from Imo. But Michelle Alozie wasn't there. Esther Okoronkwo wasn't there. Esther Okoronkwo is from Abia. I think they went back. They didn't. If you watch it when it was coming down, they didn't abort the plane. They went back to the stage. So they wasn't there in all the ceremony. So the point I'm trying to make, there's 8 players from Imo. This is not the first time that has happened. He hosted them last year after the World Cup. If you look at Adeleke, hosted at Gibede, which is the captain and one of that player last year. Even at all, going way back to my own recollection, the governor of Delta State hosted Okocha and Stephen Keshi. A lot of because there's a lot of Delta State players there. This has been happening. Lagos State. I know he hosted all of them this time, but he has hosted Oshiala before. Even yesterday, the Adamawa State hosted the coach. They gave him 50 million naira and a house. So what is the nonsense? Everything we attempt to tribalize it. This is the problem with Nigeria. We need to wake up, okay? But my final point, I don't see the need for that. It's just where Nigeria stands. Thank you, Dr. Damage.
All right, thank you. I wanted to show a video of somebody talked about politics in sports and politicians seizing opportunities. Let me just play 15 seconds of a video that...
Doctor, sorry, I'm sorry. On the soft side, just 10 seconds. When people are talking that they sing on your mandate, is it not better to sing on your mandate than to sing the national anthem you don't know how to sing? Is it that worst that you fucked up completely that you can't even sing your national anthem? The country is so messed up with everything that they are doing. I won't lie to you.
All right, Paul, thank you. Let me play this and then we continue. All right. So all right. So it's not only in Nigeria that politicians try to seize opportunities.
Senior citizens are allowed to. Senior citizens are allowed to be kids again. Okay.
All right. All right. Let's see. Where am I? I think the next person is Dexter. Welcome to the show.
Hold on, Dr. David. I think you missed the point I was trying to make. That's not, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
All right. I thought I was supporting your point. But go ahead, Dexter. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages, and everybody on the show. I think we have to first of all give kudos to the girls that give kudos to the coaching staff. But we must be honest with ourselves. When something is wrong, one of the things that has destroyed Nigeria is that you have people who know what is right, what is supposed to be right, but the moment whether military or politicians get them in on the act, they keep quiet and they join in. They join in the charade of things. A country that cannot provide school for children living in the FCT, you can't pay the salaries of the teachers. And if you can't pay the salaries of the teachers, that means you can't even pay for those teachers to go for training. And that same country is dashing out $100,000. But the truth is this, I'm not really interested in the $100,000 that they are giving the each girls. What is the state of sports facilities in Nigeria? FIFA gives Nigeria money, emoluments for participating in all these tournaments. Okay, in fact, it's so bad that in the last World Cup, FIFA decided to be paying the bonuses to players because of Nigeria. Because of Nigeria, FIFA said we'll be paying players that bonus direct. So, but what is the state of sports facilities in Nigeria? What? So it's not the government did all that one for sure. We know that the government did that is for political reasons and it's for sure. There's no problem in honoring the girls, fine. But the question is not about what do they pay female footballers? You have female football teams in Nigeria. What do they pay them? What is their take home? What is that? So because we cannot be doing all this, 22 players, we dash them all the money. Then the remaining 200,000. It's the same thing that happens in Nigeria. The politicians take all the money, and then the remaining people suffer. And that's exactly what they have done there. The same tactics. Okay, you people that are getting the limelight, we'll give you all the money, so you are influencers now. But the girls that play female football in Nigeria, what do they get? What is their insurance? Nigeria, in the Nigerian, even in the male league, somebody gets injured. There's no insurance. There's no health insurance for them. If you have an ACL in the Nigerian league, your football career is almost dead because there's no insurance. So it's not for, and that's why I said Nigerians must call out. The country can't grow with this sentimental. Because of the euphoria of the tournament win. Everybody is just carried on, and we say, yes, they can give them everything. And the politicians have caught us in the same cycle. The same cycle. It doesn't tell well. What is the state of this? The stadiums, the matches, the local. Can you watch the Nigerian Football League on TV? Can the average Nigerian sit down and say, I want to watch MPFL? Can you watch the Female Football League on TV? Most of those players that we have there are from outside the country. So we are having foreign players. We are having players that foreign countries have sponsored. That is the truth. Those are players that foreign countries have sponsored. Foreign countries have developed those players. Then we now go and get them. It's not. I think is it the Alose girl? How did they get her? Nigerian players couldn't get into US for a match. I think that was before the World Cup. And the coach then had to go and shop around US for any Nigerian person playing football, and he got them. So look, we have not until we realize that when we say African solutions for Africans, it means that the solution must be developed. We must grow it. We don't have politicians that are ready, leaders. Let me not even say politicians, leaders that are ready to grow. Unfortunately, the bad thing is that we have a followership that cannot call it out. We have a followership that are quick to all this. It's like there's the moment they pass money to them, oh, followership is my side is settled. My side is settled. Everybody just forget. Oh, honor the girls. The policeman cannot get a fair wage. Oh, honor the girls. We're not saying don't honor the girls, but if you are honoring somebody now for 200,000 people to suffer, that is not any honor. Because whatever they are doing, if it does not bring about progress, collective progress, then it's just a waste. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Doctor, if you give me
who's speaking?
2 minutes, let me clarify something.
1 minute of it, yeah. Just 1 minute.
You know, one is KJ is talking about journalism versus sportsmanship. I don't understand. Hey, KJ, go compete with the other country in terms of journalism if you win, and if you are not properly recognized, then you can use that as a point. Then the idea of foreign base, say because we won't win, we have to go search for our best abroad. That's bunkum. We have to start asking ourselves as a nation, what is winning? And we want person win, or maybe we get 100 of people who are in that level. 100 of our kids who are in that level. So when there's a reason why they go run a task in the first place, because you did not do your homework. If you do your homework, now them supposed to they can't beg you, pay agents to source for them to join. That's how it is. Just because you are in Nigeria, you are doing best abroad doesn't give you automatic qualification. It doesn't work like that. Come in. So it's affecting us. Especially this thing was a big problem during the when I compete with our president then, Chief Solomon Ogba. It's all his agenda 8 years now to bring people for abroad. Those will be in ex-girlfriend kids those days and all that. It's getting the recognition outside the country, but at the detriment of we foreign base. They go put us for local hotel, put some people for Sheraton just because they come from abroad. And and if when push comes to shove, most of them don't make the team. They are still end up being beaten by the locals. So it's a bigger issue than just say we want win. It's not just all about winning. So it's talking about act of benevolence and campaign. I totally agree with you that there is a stage set when we want to eliminate athletes at the stage. Even us, if you ask those girls, I am pretty sure there was an agreement between them and the federation. If you advance to so stage, this is how much you are going to get. If you enter semi-final, this is how much you are going to get. If you score so good, this is how much you are going to get. If you win so much, that's how I am 100% sure there is agreement from the federation. So what you see being displayed by the government, that's a campaign. Pure campaign. There's no two way about it. And again, that 100 million, I can guarantee you they're not going to get that money. And even if they go get that, they won't get that in food. But guess what? That exact amount will be withdrawn from the federal coffee. So it is a racketing. It's a racket. Sorry, Dr. Damiji. My last point here is sportsman after retirement. If we actually want to look at it, I totally agree with Paul. If we want to look at it in the real case of it, you being a Nigerian athlete, now it is a privilege. It is a platform that was given to you. What you do with it is your prerogative. You should not come back and expecting a nation that gives you a platform to excel to now be pampering you after your retirement. It doesn't work like that. That's why you are paid when you are doing it. If you go, just watch any Olympics or any sports, once athletes come out on the starting block, the first thing first, they will call your name before the country. So at that time, Nigeria has done everything they needed to do for you. No you anything again. What you carry out of this performance is on you. Fine, if you win, right, you are entitled to what is already out there. Now, if your state government won't give you, that's your own prerogative. Just like when Dr. Dameji's son graduates for university, he given one private jet and one yacht, right? When Show's son graduates, Basic said that they drag him, right? So if your state governor won't give you even a head,
Baba Jebu.
If Bola Tinubu won't give you everything, that's a campaign strategy. That's nothing to do with it.
Just 30 seconds, please.
No, please.
Just 30 seconds.
One topic, we've done 1.5 hours. We have to go. You can't change the world. What that 30 seconds. All right, go ahead, Mama Prestige.
yeah, thank you. No, I just want to say something. Sometimes, some people don't understand sports, but they tend to analyze it. I'm trying to buttress a little bit about what you said. I mean, there's somebody was saying about foreign players. You don't understand how sports work. You have to incorporate both foreign and local, in order to achieve your ultimate level. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is not just the only Falcons. it seems like we have a different agenda that has accomplished a lot for that Nigeria. The female are doing more, in my own opinion, than the women. The Tigers are currently in Ivory Coast. They are playing Senegal today. They have won 4 African titles in a row. Nobody's talking about them. I mean, those girls are balling, So they are playing Senegal today, and they may likely win it. That's going to be 7 or 8 they have won in recent years. So they are one of the biggest. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me point out that it's not only in soccer that we have that issue about reward, and in writing, there's a literature prize that most people don't know about in Nigeria. It's one of the biggest in the world. You win $100,000 for a book. People have the same issue with that prize. Why is it the money being given to one person when writing and the allied industries are suffering in Nigeria? People don't buy books. People cannot afford books. There are no books in libraries. Why is this organization giving out $100,000 to one writer every year? So there are issues like that in other fields. But let's move forward. There's a story, breaking news, that I just got. It will be something that the obedience would like to hear. So let me play the video. Let me not.
You think you are talking to fools. You come to people and say, I will do only one thing. Any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home. Because the person must have some mental problem. When the Constitution allows you to stay up to 8 years, they come and tell us, I'm going to spend 110. Tell us where it has ever happened. Anybody who is saying I'm going to do 110 is a psychiatric examination. Because you are taking everybody else to the fool. Anambra, we have advanced.
All right. So now obedience are taking this to mean that he's throwing shades at P2B. I don't know the context. I have to watch the whole video to be able to understand. I don't know whether, for instance, the governor, the competitor he has in Anambra State, I'm not sure whether the man is promising to do only one term. I don't know. So if that is the case, he may not be referring to P2B, and but if it's not the case, then the obedience might be right, what they're saying. So there's already fireworks out there on social media, people. But I just want to say something. There's this poll that came out this week about, maybe we can move this to the P2B now, that P2B with Atiku, I think, will defeat Tinubu and things like that. Then you have El Rufai's son saying something about P2B. So we can put it all together as the next topic that we are going to talk about. And I want to say that from my own understanding of Obi and his position and the position of El Rufai, that they are actually, this is and Soludo too. Soludo's whole politics is about, if P2B becomes president, Soludo will never be president. And for El Rufai, if Atiku becomes president, El Rufai will never be president. So that's a summary of what's going on. Let me hear from you guys. Let me start from, where did I stop? Who spoke last? The last person. Oh, KJ. Let me bring KJ.
From the last person.
Yeah, that's oh, can it just give me?
Yeah, from the last person.
I should have moved the topic to.
That's why I was laughing.
I didn't
as
know
soon as
Kene
he saw Anambra,
I was waiting for Kene to come in before I talk about Trump. All right, Kene, P2B, Anambra, and
Thank you. Yeah. Two brothers in a two brothers, one fighting the other
because of envy.
We can hear you now. I think your connection got it.
Ludo.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah. So Ludo is not only a desperate politician, but a confused, envious. Sorry.
I think it's Ludo calling you. Pick his call.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my senior brother. Yeah, he's my senior brother. A senior brother that gathered the bank managers in Ethiopia when he was giving his mother.
We can't hear you, Kene. You have to.
The library.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Somebody just persist. You know, Nigerians, you call somebody once. If the person didn't pick, you keep calling as if you must force the person to pick your call. Now,
it is called urgent 2K for a reason.
No, wait.
Urgent 2K. It's urgent.
We are going to clip this, what you just said now, and make it popular so that they will.
Yeah, if you call the person once, allow the person call you. Calling the person persistently will not force. Matter of fact, sometimes you call me like that, I will just block you. Now, he lied to the entire world that he was going to build a library for his mother's memory and all that. They contributed money, he never built it. From that day, I saw Soludo as one of those useless politicians that we'll be crying against in Nigeria. But unfortunately, he became a governor, and probably they promised him that he was going to be the president of the country, just as they promised Dave Umai and Chibika Amechi and rest of them. Now, he embraced that, and then he would have to fight his brother's chances of becoming the president, pending whenever it is his turn, which I know it will never come to manifestation. And that is why you see how he held that fan like an imbecile. You know how he say post, he will post like the and he will post with the fan like, see that guy. I don't know how he got. He was in your city, New York. How did you guys manage to give him professorship, Seth? Dr. Dumebi?
Was it
How did he end that?
It wasn't New York, or UNN.
UNN.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now, this guy is very desperate. Honestly, I don't know what his problem is, but I think some people should talk sense into him. He's disgracing his ancestors, he's disgracing his family, he's disgracing himself. Soludo, P2B is not your mate in any capacity at all. He's not your mate. That you are a professor, backyard professor, doesn't mean that. See, have you forgotten that when he was the CBN governor, he did not do anything, no project, no fiscal project in the entire Southeast. But his counterpart, what's his name? Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, right? Sanusi was using the money budgeted for infrastructural development as required by the law to develop the North. But Soludo did not give any of this to his people in the Southeast. He amassed everything for himself and for his family. Took them down to New York. But this is my advice for Soludo. Soludo, please concentrate on the insecurity in Anambra State. As you can see, Soludo, you are Solu insecurity, aka Unko Yeria Tuegu. Concentrate on the insecurity that we have in Anambra State. People are dying on a daily basis. Please, Soludo, get those criminals that you have on the street out of the street. They are killing our people. They are buying our people on a daily basis. They call them India Kodo. They call them Undo to Soludo. What are they doing? They even have a cell. Now we are running two parallel security agencies in Anambra State. We have the police being funded by the federal government, and we have the India Kodo being funded by Soludo and his tax collectors. Now they even have a cell that they can even arrest citizens and lock them up for years in their cell. So Ludo, you are turning Anambra State to be like a wild field. Please, this is not how our people used to live. You've turned us to be like, I don't even know if Somali is better than Anambra State right now. I'm even scared. Me of all people that are not scared of anybody. Now I'm even scared of going to Anambra State because of Soludo insecurity in Anambra State. Soludo, you are trying all your possible best to beat Obi, but you can't. All you ended up doing was building substandard roads that whenever it rains, it will be washed off. I want my brother CM. CM, I know Soludo is your brother. Please come and talk to him. He's taking too much. He should be talked to. I don't know if he will listen to you. Soludo, can you hear Nemegi? Soludo, are you okay? Please concentrate on leading our people. Stop fighting P2B. You can never change us from supporting P2B. We are going to vote for P2B. We are not going to vote for you. You are done. One time governor. That is what you are. You even got the chance of coming. You are done. You cannot pay all the content creators. They are not going to bring you back. We are not that stupid. You are good for nothing, governor. Get out.
Thank you, Ken. We have a standing invitation for the governor to be on 90 Minutes Africa, and we will continue to pursue him, see if he will come.
That made you say will not come. Sorry.
I know, I can tell. We are working on it.
He's scared of questions. He's scared of challenges. You challenge him. You see that he will either deal with you or see. You guys don't know this guy, man.
He got the feedback already.
Let's see if we can get everybody to weigh in on this quickly. Nothing more than 3 minutes. Let me start with you, Sho, and I'll go from Sho, KJ, and then down.
Okay, thank you. I don't have much to say on the matter. It's politics at the end of the day. You expect things like this. Even if he was talking to Peter Obi, like you said, context is very important. You're not sure if it's something that's local in Anambra. But my guess is he's referring to Peter Obi. Even at that, it's politics. He's in a different party to Peter Obi. Politics is not where you come and cuddle and hold hands and sing kumbaya. It's not nice because he's doing it to my guy, but I'm one of those guys that I don't get hurt on behalf of people. You can say whatever to Peter Obi. If Peter Obi feels the same way, say the same. I mean, didn't Donald Trump come the other day to our little England, to his mother's birthplace, Scotland, and they were asking him, and he was saying that the what do they have in London now? These London people, their mayor. He said he's a stupid man. He said Sadiq Khan is a stupid man. I don't like him. It was a politician talking to another politician. It happens. And that's what I was saying when people were going at Professor Wole Soyinka. They were saying, some people in the comment section, oh, sure, oh, you're on the panel, you didn't defend Wole Soyinka. I said, who am I to defend him? Who is he to me? He got involved in politics. They would talk to him like he's a politician. Obasanjo is old. People talk to him. They APC boys, young boys, Yoruba boys that call themselves Omoluabi, that no culture. They dragged Obasanjo through the mud because he wasn't supporting their guy. Once you get involved in politics, it comes with the territory. You get punched in the nose. So I don't come and say, oh, say whatever. I can defend the person if I feel like I want to, but in most times, I don't feel the need to, because some of these conversations are gutter conversations. The people you are talking to on the other side, you're not going to change their mind. Why spend time? I've been accused many times that I sit here and I see people denigrate Yoruba culture. I say, so you want me to defend Yoruba culture on platforms like YouTube? So you think the people I'm speaking to would hear me? People who are toxic, whose minds are poisoned against Yoruba people, you think it is me that will now tell them something that will make them change their minds? No. If I'm speaking to Rudolph one-on-one and Rudolph says something to me on the phone and I feel like maybe misinformation, maybe it's bias, maybe it's bigotry, I can talk to Rudolph and say, oh, Rudolph, I don't think that's right. I can tell him and try to school him on the history or the perspective of Yoruba people, as a race. Because I'm talking to Rudolph who would listen. I'm not trying to change his mind, but to educate him. Because I can trust Rudolph enough. But some of these gutter, you go to some platforms, oh my God, cesspit. You listen to them and you want to have a shower. You think you're going to convince those people? No, I don't. So Soludo will say what he has to say as a politician. Peter B will call him my senior brother. That is Peter B's way of fighting back. Peter B with his tiny voice, he caused this trouble with that man, and I like him. He went somewhere when they were launching the book. Did you hear what he said? He said, stop giving them CON, GON, OON. He said, stop giving politicians, give it to entrepreneurs. Did you see that Abia guy, the number 6 guy? He wanted to enter the ground. So Peter B fights. It's just a different way. So he gives them, they give him back. It's politics. Why am I? They should fight. It's the territory. And the people who are paid their 20,000 that get data, they should fight. They are gutter of fight. I don't get involved. I don't defend anybody. I have spoken to people who don't like Peter Obi about Peter Obi because I know they're my friends. They're reasonable. I can speak to them. It doesn't mean they will change their mind, but I can have a civil conversations. But when it's a gutter conversation, I just let people say whatever. Water off duck's back doesn't bother me. So good luck to Peter Obi and Soludo. They are brothers from Anambra. Kenneth will settle it for them.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. Let's hear from KJ. 2 minutes, KJ. No, 3 minutes, KJ.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'll start this way. I want to tell those lovers of Soludo that even when Ken killed Abel, God didn't choose him because he has killed Abel. God still left him, he didn't give him take. So whatever Soludo is doing, thinking that at the end of the day he's running Peter Obi down. Even if Peter Obi didn't make it, they are not going to choose him because every Nigerian already knows that whatever he's doing is because he's trying to look for that position where the North will accept him and the powers that be will now anoint him as the chosen candidate from the East. Look, he should go and learn. There have been many like him. There are many examples that he can learn from. Peter Odili is still there. And haven't used the resources of Rivers State. What happened to it? Did they eventually anoint him as the chosen candidate? No. I'm calling people because I don't want to go too far away. You know, David Omahe is there. The madman from Ebonyi State. Has they chosen him, even though he stopped wearing, the normal clothes he used to wear and started wearing dashiki and this thing? Did it make them to give him the position? He didn't still get it. Okay, so there are several of them who have themselves think that when they sell their brother, they not all of a sudden accept them. It has never happened that way, and it's not going to happen starting with them. You know. So what am I saying? I'm simply saying that. Sorry, all these people keep calling, like Kenneth said, they will not stop until you have to. You know. Okay. So now, what am I trying to say? This guy, instead of attacking, look, you can make your position known without having to attack anybody, just like P2B has been doing. You know, my challenge with P2B, and I said it on this program, is that he was being too quiet. But now the system has begun to radicalize him. Tomorrow now they start pointing hand and say, this is the person. When I say, you see, we told you have been pretending. Now they have been attacking for more than 10 years. Well, let me just say 10, that would be exaggeration. For more than 5 years now, since he ran, they have been attacking him. When they discovered that there was nothing they could hold him with, when they discovered that EFCC have nothing on him, when they discovered that they cannot bring up anybody to bring up an ugly letter saying that this is what in fact, they also tried, not that they didn't try. They even tried that he allocated land to himself. Eventually, the whole thing fell apart. So I'm simply saying, when they realize that this person cannot be, stopped in any way, they start using his own people now to be one to attack him. So I'm simply saying, Soludo, and there are many things Soludo have done that we're not going to include in this broadcast, but there are many things. I think if I was an Anambra person, I would have gone out to campaign against him to just make sure he doesn't come back to that position. It does not matter who comes back. Look, your professorship have not benefited us as your region. It has not benefited Nigeria as a whole. That's the truth. That's the truth. Because, look, can I just give an example of what Sanusi did when he was central bank governor? He rolled out the largesse, to universities and to his people and to empower businesses. When he became governor, it was we that were giving him money. I mean, when he became central bank governor, it was the Igbos that were giving him money. It wasn't him trying to even do anything for anybody. The university that he left, University of Nigeria, he didn't even do anything there because there are many hostels that are begging to be renovated in the University of Nigeria. He never did anything there and all that. So what have we really benefited from him being a professor of such magnitude? Nothing. Instead, our brother in Abia State, who is not a professor in any way, has been able to distinguish himself above even being called a professor. Kachineke Mezioku on that issue. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. There was someone who has been trying to join us from the beginning, Uba, but I think we lost him now. But when he comes back, I will give him preference to speak. He was here from the very beginning, but he didn't.
He must be from Nigeria.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria. So, all right, let me go to, I'm trying to remember the sequence now, but let's go to Paul.
I think I'm the one.
Oh, you are the one, Obi. Okay.
Yeah, but if you did it by age, I'm next.
How old are you? How old are you? Come on.
By age, I'm next.
This is not a Umunna meeting where we decide. So we'll get to you, Pansat. Okay, Obi, you're next.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages, for the opportunity. I think that the system is so fixated with Obi. I think, according to the caption, the beautiful bride. And the professor himself has supposed to have learned his lesson by now that the more he talks about Obi, the more his number will reduce. He doesn't get it yet. The more he tried to throw jab at him and do all sort of things, as Obi is not in your ballot now. Obi is not contesting the election with you this time around. Why always looking for a topic sentence that had to do with Obi? You know, because Obi had mentioned it in or probably somebody has said it that Obi will do one term and all that based on coalition. That is what he's saying, not related to his local competitors. Anyway, you know, it's an opportunity for him to throw the jab, thinking that will give him the mercy from the federal to ring election for him. That is just the permutation. I think we understood him far before now. The prof has been a household name in the country, but because of election, he's been belittling himself and talking out of point. You know, an average Iboma that will know. You're supposed to be promoting your brother, trying to see how this thing will work out, and then make that region another attractive region in the country. You are there as a governor now. You couldn't facilitate the so-called seaport. You couldn't do anything that will make Igbo make the corridor open the railway line, anything. And yet you are mentioning names, or you are mentioning situations around him. I think he's not done well. He's been like trying to belittle Obi for the sake of his selfish interest, believing that if Obi miss it, it's going to be the next to be like a topic sentence to look at the presidency. But the sorry for him is not going to get there anyway, because it's as difficult as that, you know. So I think that is what I think is he was talking about Obi, basically. That is what he was trying to say. You know, I think it's not necessary at that point. Thank you.
All right, thank you, OBE. Let's go to Paul. Paul, you're next.
Well, I just think Soludo is just not a very good communicator. That is the problem he's having. He doesn't really know how to do politics. You understand what I mean? Politics plus damage control. You understand how to use reverse psychologies and every other thing. Soludo don't know how to use it. Soludo, like I said some years back about Soludo may just be a good manager who work in the office when they give you targets, you follow your target, you master the thing that you know how to do, and you delivered. That is Soludo. Soludo, as an economic advisor, he advised Obasanjo on some good point. Obasanjo later make him the CBN governor. Soludo introduced banking and recapitalization of the bank from 2 billion to 25 billion, which crumbled so many banks, but also make our bank strong during the 2008 recession that affects so many countries. Nigerian bank were standing tall because of Soludo thing. He knows that part. He knows how to manage it. But coming into politics and everything, Soludo has been this person who is a leader, who give taxes, and if you can't do it, I fire you and bring another person. But that's not how you do politics. So he keep making that mistake and everything. You know, these people who are, you know, when somebody who come from a poor home get educated, some of them, they get carried away with it. He brings that arrogancy and everything. Then this thing that Peter Obi keeps saying, my senior brother, go look at Soludo age and Peter Obi. For God's sake, they are age grade. You understand? We have these people in our class. I have people I senior more than 2-3 years in my class, and I have people who also ahead of me like that in my class. They are age grade. They play together. They roll together and everything. So that's how it works. But Soludo, I think he just don't know how to do that part. And when it comes to politics and everything, the Igbo man suffer these things a lot. When everybody believe good percentage of great Igbo leaders is finding the way to say, how do I enjoy this relationship with people from the north and people from the southwest? They tend to hurt their people. They don't know how to manage it very well, good percentage of them. And I hope it won't affect him too and everything. It's just that Obi is so focused and Obi does not know how to do this Moses thing. You understand? This slap me and slap you. Because if Obi stand up and go to that Anambra state that Obi is loved, Obi campaign massively for Soludo's coming election. Soludo will lose the election. But Obi just don't know how to do Moses law. Obi keep doing this Jesus Christ. Faith cometh by hearing of the word. Love your neighbor as I said. If Obi play Moses law, he will kick Soludo out of that ring. I can tell you that because Obi is well loved. If Obi campaign massively in Anambra State, I can tell you people from Imo State, neighboring state will relocate to Anambra State, go quickly, go register and vote against Soludo. But Obi just don't know how to play. Obi should just try treating like Trump. You know the way Trump threatened primary anybody who kick against his policy. Trump will threaten you. If Obi do that, I'm telling you, Soludo will not be talking. But politics is politics. Everybody have their own strategy. That's my take.
Thank you, Paul. Let's go to Pansat. Pansat, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Damages.
Just come now. I suppose they queue.
Everybody.
Just came.
Today, I'm not going to tolerate any jokes, okay? It's not one of my things. I don't like jokes. So just keep your mouth shut while I'm talking. Rudolph, I'm going to pick a fight with you today.
You have 3 minutes.
Before I do that,
so you have 3 minutes.
Let me ask that you extend that time a little bit, because I let everybody come and talk. Let me, because I'm only going to be here a little bit. Just give me like maybe 10 minutes. Let me deal with these things that I want to talk about.
10 minutes? We don't have that kind of time.
Okay, 9. I'll do it under 9 minutes. Just give me a minute. I want to talk and then I'll be done, right? There's a lot of topics that you're discussing here. One of the first ones, and I'm taking a risk by doing this one first, it's you, right? I've noticed that everywhere that Peter Obi is being abused, you're there. If it's the Sahara reporters, you were there before. If it's on this platform, you're here. If it's Anambra State where you have a governor there doing it, you're from there. So I'm one that I look at paradoxes, right? You don't look like you're the troublemaker, but you might actually be the problem here. Seriously, you don't look at it, but I mean, the people you assembled here, I used to say it when I first came here. So I'm going to take another look. You might actually be the problem because you look like a gentleman. I have a brother who's a gentleman, right? Because you're a gentleman, we don't look at you as the problem. Peter Obi has a cell. Now, yesterday I was on this channel, and I was talking about your governor. Soludo is a big problem for us, right? We have a similar governor in Anambra State. I mean, Imo State, where Man of Prestige comes from. And at least in his case, we know it's a Sabo. The people there, they come out and they condemn him. I don't see anybody from Imo State that doesn't condemn him. So why don't you do the same thing? You have a lot of respect on this platform. Like I said, you have the appearance of a gentleman, a fair guy. Why don't you come out and condemn Soludo and put an end to it on this platform?
For what? For what?
Okay, see, that's the thing.
For what?
What
am I doing?
Yeah, go ahead. What's the question? I can answer that.
No. Because what we're doing here is to facilitate conversation. We're not here. I'm not here to condemn anybody. That's not my job. It's your job to air your opinion. If you don't like what Soludo said, say it here. We allow you. That's all. If you like it, say it. That's what we do. We're not here to. That's not my job.
Okay, well, I thought that we're all Nigerians and we are all coming in.
No. If you're
all hands on deck.
Hold on. If you're a referee, you don't carry the ball and throw to the other side.
But you're not a referee.
That's what I am.
No. You're a Nigerian, right? You think it's worth my time coming here? It's all hands on deck. Whether you're a referee, whether you're a journalist, we want to rescue the country.
Pansat, if you're not going to win, whatever side you're supporting, without my hand, you are done. You are finished.
Okay. Now I want to put that on the record.
Yeah,
okay?
My hand is not going to come to your side or any other side. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I want to put it on the record that when we're flat on our backs trying to get up, that you don't want to lend your hand.
I'll have my camera on you while you're on the ground. My camera will be on.
All right, very well. Now, let me go to another controversial topic. On this platform, or anywhere in Nigeria, when we're talking, we from the Southeast, we want to be Republican, we want to be fair, we don't want to talk about religion. We say, hey, look, everybody is a merit-based thing. Do the best you can for yourself as an individual, and the best you could do for the country. But all the time, they try to flash religion, and stuff in our face. They don't want our people to rise, for example, to become president. But now, as God would have it, He showed us an example of what happens when you include everybody and pick things merit-based. Now, we saw that last week with the Super Falcons. Now, I took my time to look at it, that Super Falcons. Rudolph, do you know how many Igbos are on that team?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you now. There are 17. Let me make sure I have that correctly. There are 11 Igbos and 10 Yorubas, 1 Hausa, 1 thief, and 1 Efik, right? On the team. There's nobody from OVS place, for example, or no Fulanese on the team, right? Now, do you know how many Christians are on the team? And how many Muslims?
Is that where are we going to with this now?
Well, I'm trying to do more.
It's done 5 minutes, so I'll give you 4 minutes. We have to go.
Yeah, where we're going is that there are 17 Christians and 7 Muslims on the team. So merit unites and is successful. In the Buhari administration, there were virtually no Igbos. There's one Eka Igbo, which will be Emefiele, and they made sure they arrested him after the stuff.
Okay.
He's the only one. Now, hold on.
Hold on. Because what you're saying is not accurate. And I don't want to go back and forth with you.
No, go ahead.
So there are so many other people, Igbo people in Buhari's administration. So I don't know why you should.
No, I'm talking about the key cabinet. Tell me who else? The key, that's a key. The cabinet position.
Pansat, I can't argue with you. I want you to be a guest.
Okay, so because I could give you
a guest on the show.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You appear. There's a paradox.
Pansat, Rotimi Amechi was a super minister. He's an Igbo man. What are you talking about?
Don't mind Pansat. There are so many crazy. Pansat, this is what I'm saying.
Let me land.
Pansat, no, hold on. Let me finish. Any day you want, I will make you a guest on 90 Minutes Africa. We will listen to you for 3 hours. You choose. But as far as we're having this conversation, we have to give room for other people to participate. It's not going to be for you to take 10 minutes.
Okay, let me then land. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Let me land, because like I said, you are the chief dragon here. Okay, you're always on my case. You won't let me talk, right? But I'm the one who made the mistake of diagnosing you to be a gentleman because you just have the appearance. We in the Southeast, we don't like to be marginalized. We don't. There's 2 administrations now. That's the Buhari administration and this administration. What else is there to talk about? First, we have to solve that problem. I said we have this situation where everybody was chosen based on merit. And I believe if it's 100% merit, it would even be more Igbos featured in that team. That's just the truth. Paul cannot say, Paul, he didn't wear Paul, your people didn't wear that uniform. They didn't wear the colors of the country there to go and represent the country. And we won. So we have to do things by merit. Is basically now. There was a couple of other things I want to talk about, but since you won't let me talk,
no, I can give you next Sunday. You want to pick it next Sunday as
no? Me. I like to be with the hoi polloi. I don't want to be some kind of August speaker.
No, you are.
I want to be a regular guy. Right?
you
want to be a regular guy, talk as a regular guy. Why should I be a speaker before I mean? That's why another thing you have to cut down the respect you give to a guest. A guest is not correct because it's a guest, like a barrister that was
anybody can be a guest. It doesn't have.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have to challenge.
Pansat, I want you to won. Come on.
Let me ask you finally before I go, Rudolph. Do you think Igbos are marginalized in Nigeria? Just answer me that question.
You're not interviewing me.
No. I'm saying
I'm not going to let you turn it around. Pansat, be our guest on Sunday.
All right, thank you very much. I'll see you there.
Chickened out.
No.
All right. Ovie, you're next. Pansat chickened out for the record.
Pansat, yes. Now Igbo people plenty pass for the team, but the team manager now, man. How do you do that?
Okay, Ovie, we're talking about
that. That's not by merit.
Ovie, we're talking about.
It's not by merit.
Ovie, we're talking about P2B.
Yeah. Ovie, yes.
That Oba is back.
Yeah. Oba
you can't separate presidential politics from an Olympic sports, right? That's why I choose track and field. It's an individual sport, but it's also a teamwork, but it's also a national event. So it's politics, right? Ambition to be president, whatever, it's an individual ambition, right? PDP, all those political parties, they're on national platform. It's individual platforms. So if you come out to convince me to follow you, that's a different ballgame. You don't expect the whole nation say, oh, the idea that, may then give one thing to this person, it will be like, I don't even understand how that works, right? So listen to Soludo. Soludo's on the campaign train. I keep saying it before. Yes, time for everything. Time to pass. We don't pass now backbones now. So what you see the man is doing is campaigning. And I totally agree with him. Anybody who tells say, oh, I go serve one term, this have to be checked. That's not human trait. You know they happen. Yes, you can talk for campaign reason and all that, but in the real sense of it, the man is right. But again, I think it's a statement that can stand on its own without necessarily attracting to anybody. He's running for a second term, and he make it categorically clear that in Anambra, now the same sickness we get as Nigeria, now turn by turn. So after him 8 years, he was very specific. After my 8 years, it will go to Anambra Central. So I don't see anything controversial about it. If you see it as controversial, aiming at to be, that means there is a problem. Just as I always tell them, my Democrat people, led by a man of prestige, leading to the 2024 election, that I've never seen the kind of politics the Democrats are playing, but I'm not going to criticize them. I am watching. Hopefully you work out for them. But as we all know, everything capsized. So the same thing with the obedient. Like less than 2 years, literally less than 2 years to competition, you never get team. You don't even know if you could compete. But I'm not going to criticize them. I just watch. I hope their strategy work out for them. But as far as I'm concerned, it's an Olympic sport. 2 years to your event, you don't know where you go feature, then forget about it. Just like one of my coach would say, Yanko, you don't go to a competition because there is a competition. You go to a competition because you are ready. So I don't understand. As I said, anyhow they want to interpret and they are right. This time it is a competition season. Don't expect anything to come to you easy. Dr. Damage, I'm saying every time, all gun will be aiming at Obi going forward. Now, normal thing. For so many reasons. They won't focus on him. For him to come out and pull out that stunt of 6 million, right? I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're on the opposite side, you make sure that doesn't happen again. That's what is happening. Are they going to succeed in calming him down? I don't know. But hopefully this kind of strategy he enter book. But as far as I'm concerned, there's only one candidate going forward, and the man has already made himself clear. So we'll see.
All right. Thank you. I don't know where we are. Uba, are you there? Uba? Okay, Uba is not there. Let me go to Dexter. I see you, Mazi Opara, and Paul. I think Paul is there to weigh in. Dexter, you go ahead. You are surprised.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Damages. Yeah, so yeah, on the politics of what do you call it, of Soludo and his comments. I just want to reiterate something that Obi said. You know, one of the things is that is what we learn, is what you learn. You're a product of your learning. Unfortunately, the worst thing that has happened in Africa is that by the time the Europeans came to Africa, Africa was supposed to just be like a site where they get their raw materials. It's like I think they call it a quarry, you know, where you blast the
yeah, quarry. We'll get one from my village.
Like
They did it late 90s in my village.
Right. And this is what you want to do. So unfortunately, we're a product of that system. However, Mandela did 4 years. Mandela was a human being, was an African. He did 4 years and he turned down the opportunity to continue. So let us not, you know, the problem is that the more you say things that are actually not the objective truth, they become people's reality. And when they become people's reality, it's difficult for them to change from it. And it's one of the problems we have in Nigeria today. That's why somebody will tell you before the election, say all of them are thieves, all of them are thieves. Okay, so it's all of them, my thief is better than your thief. That is a lie. Those are blatant lies. But the more you say it, it becomes people's reality. But that is not the truth. So what Soludo said is a blatant lie. You understand? A leader can come in and do 4 years and get out because he has what he wants to achieve. There's only people that are desperate for power. And when they get in there, they will say they must use everything. Only when people are very desperate for power, and it's always showing. Look, the question we should ask ourselves: what has Soludo done for the people of Anambra State? That's the question we should be asking. What has he done? How can he go on the campaign trail? And when it is time to campaign, we are thinking it is time to look at how we think in Nigeria. Okay, it's political season, so it's time to throw jabs. No. we should start re-educating our people that when it is political season, it's time for whoever that was in leadership should be accountable. That is the time we should bring it. When your child comes back from school and it is about time to go for holiday, how many parents don't look at the scorecard of the children and it's time for the children to throw jabs? It is time for people. Soludo has got to the end of the term. He has done four terms. Now bring your scorecard. Show us your scorecard. Do you want a promotion? That's really what we should be asking ourselves. So, and I think, you know, it is one of the things that has really abused the Nigerian mindset that we now condescend to that gutter level of the politicians, and that is very bad. Where the average citizen condescend, and that's that, your oppressor that's oppressing you is not giving you the rubbish, the garbage, and then we now pontificate over that garbage and now make it our norm and make ourselves believe political season, no, that's how it should put. That's what they will do it and pass. No, time has come and say no. Okay, stop. Tell us, what have you done? You got this amount of money. Tell us what you did with it. And we have people that are governors and they cannot do anything creative. I'm not talking about going to collect taxes. That's no creativity. We should start having people that are governors that are doing things that are creative, that are creating jobs in their state and creating wealth. And this is the question we should ask. So for me, I don't expect Peter Obi to join issues with Soludo, because you don't join a pig in fighting, because you are the one that will get stinged.
All right, thank you, Dexter. Let's hear from Mazi Opara, and then Paul will be, I think, the last person. Oh, Dan Uba is back. So hold on, Opara. Let me get to him because he's been trying. Oh, what happened again? Okay, good. Welcome to the show.
Dr. Damage, I have not spoken now.
I know.
Thank you, my brother.
I
understand now. I'm missing a lot.
Yeah, it's always interesting
to be part of the program, but today I really feel great and I feel at home.
Very good, very good.
You refreshed my memory when I was with you in your city.
Yes.
So really, it's very refreshing moment. I'm happy to be part of the program.
Thank you.
And I promise you I'll be part of it every day, inshallah.
Oh, good, very good.
By the special grace of God. I really feel enjoy, because I love to be in a mix of where everybody will say is mine out.
That's what we
without
try
any
to do
hindrance.
here.
So I'm happy. I will also be contributing by the special grace of God. I remember when I was in Queens with you, so you really spoiled me a lot. So, I really developed interest, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rada.
We're open to new ideas and ideas from people and everybody.
By the special grace of God, we'll be part of the program every day and every time you are on, inshallah.
All right.
I will be making our contribution. We're making our justified contribution.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
We both will benefit. And I'm happy to meet all my brothers I'm seeing from across the globe. So I accept my greetings all, especially the Mazi.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
All right. Let's go to Mazi Opara. You're next.
Yeah. Good evening, all. Dr. Rudolph, thank you, and my fellow panelists. Soludo is a problem, and we Igbo people should call him. I don't know how do we call what are we going to call him? Soludo is a big problem. Soludo went to I think US last 2 or 3 weeks, and he said all the crimes being committed in Anambra State are committed by 100% are Igbo people.
No, he said 99.9.
No, 99.999. He only removed 000. So it's like 100%. So he said it, and the word had him. I am not trying to say that there are no Igbo criminals in Anambra State. There are. But somebody like him went to US and said this kind of thing without any evidence, because though he's the chief security officer of Anambra State, but I have been following Anambra's politics. This man has never displaced all those guys, those arrested guys, take them to court, charge them, and then convict them. He has never. So I don't know where he got that, that numbers. I don't know, because before you could call somebody a criminal, that's just the people you arrested, you convicted, and you put in prison. Now look at the statement he's making against Obi, because nobody should say maybe he's talking to his own governorship or opponent. No, he's directing this, to Obi, and somebody who is a professor. You should know how to manage your comments in the public. Saying that somebody who says he can only contest for 4 years should go to psychiatric evaluation. That this guy is, are you really a professor? If he is, he should have managed his comments. And moreover, elections here in Germany where I live, you only have 4 years, and that 4 years is not even guaranteed. The last election we had here, the man only spent 2 years in office. The people were not happy with him. They called for a snap election. So does it mean that if you are elected as governor of Anambra State or president of Nigeria, must you complete 8 years? Is it what a professor who told us how he was a professor in Harvard? Is it what he's trying to tell us, that you must complete 4 or 8 years as an elected person in Nigeria? Is it that election? Is it that democratic? Somebody is telling us now, give Tinubu 8 years to come. Must Tinubu complete 8 years? Must Peter Obi complete 4 years? Must everybody complete 4 years or 8 years in Nigeria if we're in a democratic, settings? Soludo is a disappointment to Igbo people. Soludo is a disappointment to democratic norms. Soludo should be avoided, should be rejected, should be rejected entirely by Anambra people and by everybody who is living in Anambra State, because not only Anambra people are living in Anambra State. Imo people, everybody, Nigerians, Hausas, Fulanis, everybody are living, many Nigerians are living in Anambra State, and they should, put to the end Soludo's, what they call political career come November. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mazi Opara. Paul, you're next.
Doctor, let me just be fair. I think I already contribute to this Soludo matter, but man of prestige, yes, man of prestige. If you can hear me, please, can you give Doctor your contact? I need to have a conversation with you, please. But I already contribute. But Doctor, briefly on one thing that I think Nigeria we should do with this election problem and everything. I like what they do in West Virginia. I like it so much in the sense that as a governor, you contest 1 term and you leave and come back again to contest. Like even though it is 2 term, but 1 term you rule 4 years, you are not in power to conduct another election. You leave the stage and somebody else will come. After 4 years, if you like, you can contest again to come back again. I already contribute. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Man of prestige, you are the final person on this topic. After that, we are going to do the rant. We'll give everybody a chance to rant on it.
Thank you very much. I don't really have that much to say on this topic. I think the rivalry between Soludo and the people that be described as political rival. I don't think there's any kind of enmity between them. I think they met last week or sometime. You see them quarreling with each other. So, in my opinion, if you have to criticize Soludo, I'm not a fan of Soludo. According to the people in Anambra, which I have not been there, he hasn't done that much. So you should criticize him on what he has done. I mean, Obi has a way of, doing his own politics. It's up to Obi to criticize him back. So whatever he's doing is part of politics. That's the way I look at it. I mean, everybody has their own view. Maybe they say some of the way he's criticizing Obi is very insidious. I mean, it's a matter of political opinion. Is that the right way to go? everybody has a way of politicizing their decision. Look at what's going on in USA. So there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I don't say anything wrong. So let that be. But Dr. Damage, I wanted to say something about the World Igbo Congress establishing a Igbo credit union. I don't know if you're aware of it. It was held last week in Boston. So it's more of something to cater for the Igbo land. There's one for Nigeria that is going on too, but I don't know how serious that one is. But the initiative was started in late July, and it's going to commence this month. So you need to look into that. Maybe you're aware of it, so I just want to mention that.
All right, thank you. I think I saw something, but I don't know any details. But I'll look into that.
I can send you I'm referring to what's happening in that reference. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, Paul, I got you.
Thank you so much. All right, let me just announce for those watching that tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, we are going to bring in a venerable. Venerable is the next position to being bishop in the Church of Nigeria, which is the Anglican Communion. He is going to talk about the role of the church in shaping the human condition in Nigeria. Now, unlike most church leaders in Nigeria, this one is one of the ones going to other countries to preach the gospel where they don't have Christians. Most of our church leaders were people who will come to America or Britain and gather our people and do the tithe and continue what they do at home. So this one goes to where, so it will be an interesting conversation. He has some unique opinion on what's going on with the church and religion in Africa entirely. So we are going to have him join us tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa at 1:30 p.m. New York time, 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So if you can join us, that will be wonderful, and get the opportunity to interact with him. Then the last thing I wanted to show, there is a picture I saw, and there were people making comments on that picture, and that is the picture of vice presidential candidate for Labour Party during the last election. And he went to, I think in the UK, the graduation of his son. And some people were saying that he owned the university in Nigeria. Why is his son going to school abroad? All right, so we don't have time to get to all those. We are going to have a rant, but I want us to take a break. We've not taken a break today. Take a break. When we come back, we will rant. And I wanted us to weigh in on Trump. There were some stories going on about America, and Trump continues to change the structure of things in the US and around the world. So we'll get to that. But for now, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
Ọwọ́ ẹni ló ti ṣàánú kọ́. Ayé la bá, ayé la fi sílẹ̀ sí. Ọ̀nà èyí yóò.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging in here. We are going to go to a rant, but before then, I just want, it doesn't have to be everybody that win unless you have something to say. There was something that happened this week in America that is of concern to a lot of people, which was the firing of the director of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. It's something that nobody knows. Most people don't know who the director is, but they're there, and they've been there for 141 years. That office, Congress established that in 18 something, and yesterday Trump fired the director. Not yesterday, day before yesterday, I believe, or yesterday, because the job numbers didn't come out good. It wasn't what he wanted. He gave reasons. One of the reasons he gave was that they were manipulating numbers. Now, what pissed him off wasn't that the job that the economists were expecting that it should be about 110,000 jobs, but it came up with as 73,000. But the one that was damaging was the number of revision they did to the last few months. And that revision gave the figures to be something like about 250,000 changed in the revision. And that wasn't something that Trump could stomach. Now, there have been so many editorials written by different newspapers and people who are concerned that when we don't like figures, a government is now going to demand that civil servants should put out figures that they wanted, that they liked, that the whole system will have deficiency in trust of what is
back at the stage.
Yeah. So I want to show I had the Trump's tweet where he talked about what is happening, why he decided to fire the lady. By the way, the lady was appointed by Biden, and when Biden was president, the person that was at the Bureau of Labor Statistics was an appointee of Trump. And that person stayed for 4 years, which is the term, 4 years. So this lady came in 2024. She has done 18 months, but Trump fired the lady. Let me show you, if I can find it quickly, the what we have as the statistics. All right, I can't easily get it, but if I get it, I will. So people are concerned about this decision, because what it means is that also you guys know about the Federal Reserve. This was somebody that Trump appointed. Now Trump doesn't want him because he's refusing to do what Trump is demanding, which is to reduce interest rate. And Trump thinks he's playing politics. Now, these are small things, but these are the things that is the difference between America and Africa. You know, this is similar to what someone like Idi Amin did, which was to say, I want you to print money. And the central bank governor said, I can't print money. He removed the guy and put somebody that will print money for him. It's the kind of thing that you see in some countries. And to people here in America, a lot of people who are not invested in the minute and nuances of what's going on, it doesn't matter much, but it's very important. And these are where we have problems in Africa, where the presidents, like Bola Tinubu, for instance, we decide to donate money to these players, $100,000 for each. The total amount, I calculated it, maybe about 5 billion or more than that, in a country where our chief of army staff is saying we don't have money to accommodate the people we recruited to be in the military. You know, we don't ask questions. The wife of the president came out and donated 1 billion. Where is the money coming from? Don't ask questions, and that's why we are the way we are. And then we have, so we're watching America go the route of all these other countries. One of the ways it will impact us is that we don't have a way to say, our leaders in Africa could look at it and point at America and say, if Trump is doing it, it's okay. So how do we challenge them? How do we challenge them? All right, that's my rant. So
it's interesting to hear KJ point of view. I'm waiting.
No, he doesn't have to weigh in on my own rants. You know, he can weigh in his own way. KJ, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm sorry I'm going to disappoint the man of prestige. Yes. You see, I for one do not claim to know much of American politics, and so um, how how it operates is a bit sometimes not very clear to me. But from what you have said, I know that if that is the way it is done, then it's not properly done. But I do not necessarily see, or rather, we connect his actions with what is going on in Nigeria, because our own situation is worse than what America is going through. Because if here in America you can claim to go to the court of justice and get justice, if you don't get it at the first instance, you can get at the second or the third. You can even go up the way to the Supreme Court, and between those processes, somebody will be there to stand boldly to say, no, this is wrong, and it will be upheld. But in our own situation, you don't even get. In fact, the lower court sometimes is just like like you are acting a Nollywood movie in Nigeria. It doesn't go as if you are coming for justice. Like they even are following to attack you on the situation. So it's much difficult, and in our own Nigerian situation. And then I do not. Again, I repeat, I do not. I'm not concerned about those who money has been given to for being able to expand their energy in 90 minutes. Some of those people who work in, if you're a sports person, you know that in 90 minutes, you will have spent enough energy that will last you 2 years. In 90 minutes, just in 90 minutes. A tough match can even be more than that. So far, sometimes when you calculate how many miles those players have run within that space of time, you'll be amazed at what you will have covered. So it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy expanded from their own body, and so I believe that is a work appreciated, or rather, is the whatever they're getting is in line, or is commensurate with what the work they put in. What about those who sit in the office in the National Assembly for how long? Every year they get $30 million naira to their pockets, minus other things that they're getting free of charge. Okay, what about those who are the entourages of these governors and the president, who fly private jets all around the country? What about, you see, the last look, a state itself spent 3 point something billion dollars on just travels alone. What are they doing with those money? So these are what was supposed to. At least we know that these players did some work. Whether it was 2 weeks or 1 week, they did some work. We didn't build them to the point where they got. If they are supposed to be bringing their managers to negotiate their fees, I'm sure that they will negotiate better and higher. But they are not negotiating. They are playing for national pride, and they are able to put their lives on the line. If any of them break leg, it will be to him and his family. Nobody will be concerned about them. We know of the great Yashin Yakini, who scored the first international goal in Nigeria. How did he end up? How did the last person end up? These are what some of us consider. If you are a sports lover, and if you play sports to the point, I'm not saying, like I said, I didn't play out to the level of, Mr. Pablo, but I played sports. I played to the state level, and I know what players go through. Okay, some of those people are still playing. They are now coaches in the states, and you can see their life has not even changed. But you see that they are training people constantly who are turning out to represent Nigeria at every level, and yet the system doesn't recognize them. It's only when you're able to get to the top, as this person have got now, that you are able to be recognized. In fact, the coach have been given chief sergeant title in his community, and I appreciate that because it's work done. What about all these armed robbers and thieves who are driving around, in a Maybach in Nigeria, who have been collecting national awards and are giving, collecting their money? What work have they done? This coach at least showed his skills, and so if he's given a chief sergeant title, I'll be there to celebrate with him because he has shown to work. If all of us were doing a little of each what we have, Nigeria will not be the way it is. The problem is that we are not doing anything, and we're collecting all the money, and then we collect it and buy private yachts and buy private aeroplanes and live in 14 billion naira renovated house, and go to a 365 billion naira renovated international conference center named after Babalawo, and then you think, is that the way to build a country? No, I don't think so, because all those things amount to nothing, and these players have brought some some giving us something to laugh about, to rejoice about, to thank God about. I think they deserve their wages. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Paul, I'll come to you. I don't know about sports and soccer and everything, but you said that Yekini was the person that scored the first international goal. I don't know if that is accurate, but
no, World Cup. I think he make a mistake. Want to say World Cup.
Was the first World Cup,
Okay,
the first Nigerian player that scored in the World Cup.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, Paul, go ahead.
Doctor, my first take is that entertained me very well, that I really want this thing to go so far. Candice Owen over Bridget Macron. I would like to follow that story. In fact, I will subscribe. I will pay for Netflix to watch and everything. I like the way Candice Owen is doing with the Bridget Macron. Initially, like everybody up to Nigeria, they call the girl stupid, foolish, and everything. But she stand her ground. She said, come to the court. Let them do blood tests to discover you have 3 kids, no pictures, no nothing, and everything. I think it's something that I really am interested. I want to follow to see this big politician. One aspect of it. Then talk about the Fed thing and everything. Trump failed to understand that he's the one causing problem and everything with his tariff problems and everything. So the Federal Reserve Bank, they are being wary. They don't want anything that will jack up inflation and the likes. That's why the man is being careful and there is completely independent. Trump is looking for every way, try to go see the new building, the renovation, and everything. He's looking for everywhere. Then firing the lady from labor and everything. I don't think it really make any sense. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Some of us here, we are working. Very many companies press pause when it comes to employment. Neither they are letting people go, but they are not bringing people in. Some of us, we work 2 times harder with what we are doing because most organizations press pause with employment because of the tariff thing. You understand? America is all about warehouse. America don't really produce very many things. Many things America do, they import them. Even the one they produce, they import many of the parts here and there outside the shores of America to cut costs. So Trump is the one causing problem. And I don't think I'm really happy the way it's going. And like you said, with the India meeting, Trump is taking that direction. Then when it comes to the Epstein files, whatever, the way it's going and everything, you see the way his so-called MAGA base and Trump insult his MAGA base and the like. I think I like what is going because another way around from the Republican own side, they are trying to gather strength together. Remember, Republican, they just need few Republican or Democrats will join. They'll kick him out of the country. They'll kick him out of that seat. That's where Trump is going. That Trump don't really know because he's the one that quick to threaten anybody who will go against him. I'll primary you out. I'll primary you out. So they themselves, to some of them, they are thinking, they are still using the MAGA. Watch the way MAGA is going. Then they can kick in and everything. So Trump, I'm not really pleased with the way it's going. Another thing, talk about Nigeria, talk about this our immigration. One of the things that make me like to talk to Man of Prestige. Man of Prestige, your guy that you introduced to every one of us, Douglas Anthony Eze. I hope you know what is going on with him. So some of us should be very careful when it comes to immigration. This is a guy who has been in the US for almost 30 years or thereabouts. He's having problems. Right now, as we're talking, he's in jail in Maryland. Just 1 year, after 1 year, probably he's going back to what we call a caro. He's going back to kick him out of the country. Established, multi-millionaire, doing very well. Just make small mistake and everything. He's going back. Small, big mistakes. So we should be very careful when it comes to anything immigration in this time of Trump. Extremely careful. That's my take for now.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Man of Prestige. You know, you don't have to weigh in on anything I said. This is rant, so you can.
Right. I'm just gonna use my first minute to weigh on this. Then I'm gonna pivot to Nigeria. You know, okay. About this Trump issue, they said all elections. So welcome to a new dispensation about American politics. So whatever is happening right now is going to reshape American politics, the landscape in a long time. You know, it's going to be very difficult on the whether it's for good or bad. So this is where we are right now. Whatever Trump is doing, it is what it is. This, we have to go. We have to abide whatever is the rule. The Fed chairman, given the right to Trump, he would have fired him, but there's going to be some political issue for him to fire him because the man tenure is not expected to expire until next year, January or whatever. So the statistician that just retired, I think he was supposed to be at the end of the year or something like that. According to what I had, I don't know which one, whether it's the truth. I'm not one of those conspiracy theories when it comes to anything like this. They said that the revision of the previous 2 or 3 months, like you properly stated, about 200 and something, the Fed has come out and said, if they have known about that revision, they would have cut rates. So my question to that, I'm not here to support what Trump is doing, but I'm trying to base what is reality, whether there's a conspiracy theory. If you look at the first news, they say there's a conspiracy theory. If you know what actually happened, if you know there's going to be a revision, how come if you're part of the Fed, you don't know that, those is going to be revision, then you can cut the rate. So they are playing politics in that regard. So, and it is what it is. I don't talk too much about American politics. I'm only about my own, my own well-being. Like Stephen A. Smith said, I don't know if you all know about the Stephen A. Smith, the big guy making about 100, making about 100 million thousand a year, So having said that, they asked him something about the SP5, what Trump is doing. He said, I don't care. All I care is about the money that I'm making. So, so that's the area where I am right now. I'm going to speak about I didn't get time to speak about when I was gone by that time, but I had anything about him. So Ovie is here, going to listen to what I'm going to say. I mean, that man is an illiterate to the highest capacity. You're supporting whatever he's doing, but he doesn't know how to do politics. I mean, if you look at the kind of nonsense he's spooning. I'm coming to national TV. You have to give me permission to come to my state. I mean, where's that in the Nigerian constitution? He doesn't even know how to talk to begin with. Him and Shimole lying. You say somebody died. 3 people died. Where's the 3 people died? Even when Obi came there, Obi gave a check. He did not give money. Then the Minister of Information or whatever came back and said, no, it wasn't people that died during that time. It was in the sharing of the money. So which one are we going to believe? Is it going to be during the sharing of the money, which was a check, or during Obi visit? So, I mean, if you want to play politics, use your sense. That means you don't have sense. And you have a shame that come there, and even lie, saying that the school was a government-sponsored, school. But that's a lie. The head of that place, the Catholic of that school has came out that was a private school. So, go on and lecture your governor. Okay, I know you have some senses. And when you want to play politics, play like a smart person. Don't play like a dumb person like he is. He may be well for a governor, but that's not a right way to politics, in my own opinion. Thank you, Dr. Adamage.
All right. Thank you, man of prestige. Ovie, you're next.
Person go talk for inside in bedroom. The whole world go to shake. Still, they say no sabi politics. Then what is politics? I don't understand. A village man they talk. You city boy you they shake. You say no sabi politics. Okay, I think the educated ones should be ashamed of themselves. If they open your mouth up for public, say an illiterate beat you. Like, how do you explain that? The same rights and PhD holder has to govern his state is the same right somebody will be mumufu has to govern that state. It is a competition. Go win. We go win again. We know they go national television. National television, they come to us. Within our village, they go carry our matter, say they want amplifier. That is winning. So it is a competition. It is the season now. Carry your grandma, meet us for public. We go use our foolishness, our mumu, our not speaking English. We go beat you. If we say we still whatever you think, it is a game of life. It's a matter of life and death. The rights that you have is so the same right that I have. So all this one when I talk, no, we want her like that. Next, after him, we go bring death and dumb. We go there, you go win. If you win, we go live out there. So it is a game. I don't know why they complain. Now on Trump, I don't understand why tenants would they complain the landlord they renovating house. I don't get it. People that build America say we are going to change things. Everybody they complain. But you can only complain. This era, either Trump come, no come, every institution in America will be touched. Even that Kini, the one with the Jeremy Powell, they give just a matter of time. They will switch everything. It will be every institution will be changed, and there's nobody to change that aside the presidency, because that's where the power of the people is. The institution came to existence via the people. So the people say, Oga, rearrange everything. So as a tenant, somebody who came from outside, shut the fuck up, watch and learn. If you fuck up for them, you take them and make sure you don't repeat it. If you work, you copy them. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the fourth time this thing is happening. And it's been work. The first time it worked, second time it worked. I see no reason why this one will work. When Trump bring tariff, everybody, all the educated people, this one, I don't understand. Everything is going well. I live in America. So tariff, Trump is bringing in billions, right? So, but most important in there, America is going through innovation. This is just the beginning. Trust me, just like what Paul talks say, your green card, whatever it is at stake. You do anyhow, you go see anyhow. Don't think of it, stop what is going on. It has come to stay. So I'm sorry if we not say Trump, na fire in chief. It's a reason why he got apprentice for almost 40 years, maybe 30 years. So now drama in chief. Every day will come with drama. So if you are looking for, if I want to change this platform, if Dr. Damiji want to change this platform, it has two things: either to give a reason why, or to look for a reason. If it doesn't over to the smoking go for that reason, I will close and down. Nobody go fit stop out. So that's what America is doing. They are changing every institution. You don't have to like it. That's their prerogative. If it backfire, they know what to do. If it work well, it's on. So the idea is Trump. By the grace of God, just like we know here about Biden again, we know we hear Trump again in the next 4 or 8 years. But the renovation will continue until every last of those institutions. Education is gone, right? Judiciary is on it. So every institution will be touched. And we don't have to like it.
Okay, thank you. Dexter, 3 minutes. I said 2 initially, but Dexter, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Damages. My own rant. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say I noticed something. It's not from here only, but I follow the morning show on Arise TV every day, and they have this international section, And I noticed something about the way they cast the news. The media has a way of shaping what they want you to believe. I'm just wondering, how come none of them, when Trump was going through saga, they always had Trump talking about it. But now there's been in America recently, I've been seeing on the news pop-ups that come on my timeline about the whole investigation into Obama, the Russia gate, and how it was all a hoax from the Obama administration and Hillary Clinton's involvement, and that's how even Hillary Clinton winning the Democratic primaries back then was actually rigged. I'm just saying, like, how media is supposed to be independent, but the truth about it is that the people that present the media cannot help but put in their biases because they choose what should be heard. Like I said on Arise TV, there's this lady Adefemi that does the international news. For the last 2 weeks, because there's no hot topic on Trump that can get people's attention, she's completely gone quiet on it. But there's a hot topic talking. There's something that is happening in America and that people are talking about it. But obviously, she's not going to face that. But if it was something about Trump, boom, bring it up and they'll get firing about it. So how sometimes, and that's one of the reasons why mainstream media is losing some of his integrity. Because right now you have platforms like this, that people can do podcasts, and just share the news they've heard. But mainstream media tend to put the news the way they want to. They want to drive the narration. They want to control the narrative. So I'm also asking here. We've not talked about it as much as we're trying to talk about what Trump has done in America. But we've not talked about we should be concerned if there was something that happened during the Obama administration, if there was some corrupt practices, if there was anything, we should be concerned. We should ask questions because that is what we are that is what we're here for. You know, that's my rant on that side. On the other side, I'm talking about what's happening in Nigeria. I think also, you know, for people like Dr. Damages, Paul, Man of Prestige, KJ, people that come on this platform, I think it's time that, you know, there has to be like a collective effort, because there's something somebody said, you know, what you put into a child, you will get it out in 20 years, 30 years. If a child goes through a university system that is not so good, 20 years from that time, when the child is designing, building houses or designing anything, you see the effect of that design. Recently, my friend, they gave them a design project to do in Nigeria. This was an international company that came and said, okay, Nigeria, do the design. For 6 months, they couldn't do it. The Nigerian firm did not have the capacity to do the design at all. So you cannot even blame all these companies when they get the designers from outside the country. You know, but I think it's time that people here who have seen how things operate in the Western world, because the truth is that we cannot continue until we see that we can invest in the people that are growing, so that the future of Africa will be bright. And the truth is that it's people here, people that have gone out and seen how it works in the outside world. I have to go back to Nigeria, like the Indians did. Let's make a concerted effort to start going back. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Dr. Damages, I have a question for you. Hold on.
Let's finish, please. Mazi Obara, go ahead.
Yeah, my rant is did you guys hear that Benjamin Carlo, the deputy speaker, withdrew the bill he introduced, you know, about indigenous rights in Nigeria? This is what we are talking about. Do we want to be one Nigeria? Do we want to see ourselves as one people, one citizens in one country? Do we really want to see us, or do we want to go our separate ways? Because Dr. Rudolph, where you live now, your children who are born in America, in New York, and live New York and move to California, and nobody is going to tell them, no, you are not indigenous to California. They are citizens of America. They can move around America and become whatever they want to become in any state in America. But it's not like that in Nigeria. This young man introduced that bill at the House of Rape, and he was rejected. Some people call it that they want, time it as Igbo people want to change demography in where they dominate, because there are more people, more Igbos in some states than the natives of that state. This is what we're talking about in a country that we are spending our time, spending our money trying to make that place work. But look at how everything is about ethnicity and religion. And this is the country we want to belong to. We want to make it great, right? Something is wrong. Then what about what do you call that? This girl that won this African Cup. These girls. I think President Tinubu, that decision was like, subsidy is gone. I think he never thought it through, true before he announced that bogus, that phantom, awards. That is just like, oh, subsidy is gone. I believe those girls will never go to get that kind of bogus rewards. Finally, Trump here in Germany, there's a case here now. A judge, the conservative want this judge to be in the federal, Supreme Court, but this woman is pro-abortion. Now the chancellor wants to remove this lady. Because a Christian party, the CDU, they want to remove this woman and put somebody a woman that can help them, get this thing through. Now this is a problem. This woman is qualified to be one of the Supreme judges, but because of her belief, now they want to remove her. So in every country, there is politicians can manipulate things. Not only Trump. Politicians want to have their way. in anywhere, Germany, anywhere, Canada, anywhere. Look at what is happening in the UK. The Prime Minister wants to get his way by supporting immigration, and the other people don't want it. So every politician wants to get something done, and I mean manipulate, things and change things. I think not only Trump, but every politician. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Ovie, what was your question?
I wanted to ask what Okpayolo and Governor Soludo have in common, because the obedience seems to see them as one guy PhD. They say you don't know anything, it's a mistake. The other one, he didn't understand this mistake. So, what is the problem of obedience? They are so confused.
Ovie, now America, one side they cold well, one side they hot well.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
You have to find this academically running as a governor. When I say when I know what I know good. This one where they say no go school enough. So what do you people want?
All right. We have to go. The other show is about to start. Thank you everybody who joined us. Thank you, Mazakwara, for being here. Thank you, Dexter. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, KJ, and thank you, Ovie. Let me thank those that supported us.
Sorry, Dr. Damage, sorry. I sent you some picture. I don't know if you see it regarding the TikTok that I said I did that it was taken out. I sent you exactly what I said on that. So I wasn't just making it up.
I'll look at it. Yeah.
Doctor, please do me a favor. Man of Prestige number. Please.
I don't. If I have it, I'll give you. But I hope I have it. I don't have it. But
I said it. And I said it here in public. I thought he was going to give it to you. I thought you know.
I'll check if he did. But all right. I want to thank TJ Majek, George, TJ Majek, Kulata, Akan. I don't even think we showed this. Akan, yeah, we showed it. Yeah. Thank you all for supporting us. And on the comment section, thank you everybody who joined us. We'll be back tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa with Venerable Ike Chukwuka. So, on behalf of everybody behind the scene who helped to produce this show, thank you all for watching. And you can go over to Forefather is hosting the next stream, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.
I have nothing new to say.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting Tinubu 100%.
You're supporting Tinubu?
100% to deal with Nigerians.
Jeez.
People like you. So that when next election comes, I will now see whether when people bring money, you will vote for them or you will do your conscience.